maybe today. Who knows?
He's like, I can't wait.
Let the ugly elf lose his shit out
Well,
of two of the party members.
I will tell you that PvP is my strong suit.
Yeah, don't. Out of character, I am absolutely terrified to go up against you.
You should be, because I can kill you in one
I
hit.
know.
How many hit points do you have?
I'm not gonna tell you.
You have
know
98.
I know that.
I can kill you in one hit,
I
because
know you
can
could.
maximize one spell. And
That's
then
what
you
I said.
turn to dust.
Out of character, I am terrified to face you in combat. Absolutely mortified. In character, no. Out of character, yes.
Hey folks, welcome back to DoubleNet. We're back again inside the Rotting Halls, where we left off last time at the Tomb of Wongo, the ancient spirit, who inhabits Jimothy
Yeah.
in a very,
Fuck you,
very
Wongo.
strange manner.
Fuck you, Wongo!
She inhabits his butt.
Is that why it itches?
Yes, that is exactly what.
Damn it, see, I thought it was growing a tail.
Nope, just Wongo's in your ass. Thrusting over and over again.
Gives me mean to having a case of monkey butt.
Yep. You are the monkey butt.
Okay, so where we left off, you guys had just finished taking down the shadows. And that's about as far as I was into combat. So, where we pick up is right at the end. You hear in the back of your head, I want to see something really cool.
I'm gonna grab Baxter by the collar and pull him right to me.
I'm gonna go touch the tomb.
As you touch the tomb, you guys see this flash of light and hear this screeching noise. As you look over, and Steve and Redclaw just seem to like look their hands as they vanish. As they're transitioning out, you see the shorter shape transitioning in. Where you see a very familiar dwarf standing there with a very confused look on his face.
I'm not paying any attention to this other than the screech I hear in my ear.
That was
And I'm gonna pull Baxter right into my face. You're gonna let that fucker push you into a pit with a goddamn monkey? He could have killed you.
Oh, I'm gonna take care of it.
You better, or I will.
I got it.
So there's been a bit of drama here.
Good
Don't
to
get on
see
his
you.
bad side.
And then I look over. The fuck? Where'd you come from?
Don't.
Wait, where did the
Last
others
you
go?
remember, you're in a bar drinking, having a drinking contest in Waterdeep.
Wait,
You're 4
Were you-
rounds in, winning, when you just disappeared.
where you were standing now, there was a really big dude and a
equally big turd.
and an equally
Easy.
big pterodactyl person. Where'd you come from?
Well,
Where'd he go? Where'd they go?
I have no
I mean, it's
idea.
good to-
I was winning a drinking contest. Damn it!
I did it.
Where's my ale?
Fuck you, Jesse.
Walk over.
I mean-
hand my flask. Have some McSwicks. I don't know how you got here, but I got a plan about something. I'm gonna tell him later. And that guy.
Okay.
No, you can leave that guy out of it. He pushed you in the front.
Taking a good swig from
And you taste this ale, and you haven't had this since you guys were in Barovia. It's a really sweet, relaxed flavor. A little bit of smoky background to it.
Might be borrowing some of this later. But thanks.
Oh yeah. No worries.
Oh, no, you will be. Yeah, not might be. You will be.
As the pit slowly closes over and locks into place, you see the tomb just shift back a little bit underneath Timothy's hand. You slide it open, there's those 3 boxes you just saw on the bottom sitting in there.
Ha! Meeny, meeny,
The
miny.
amber one looks like it's made of sapphire, and one that's ruby red.
Go ahead, open the first one.
Which
Yeah.
one do you want to open?
So sapphire.
No,
Sapphire, ruby, and amber.
Yeah.
Eh. Oh no,
You just see her face on the top of the chest.
I'm just gonna look at it and scoot it over this way.
If you would push it, and it doesn't move.
Oh well, shit. Well, I'm gonna open the middle one.
Gotta be the amber one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I guess you
So
open it.
you touch it and you open it up, and you see the other 2 sink into the sarcophagus and disappear.
Damn it.
And you open it up, and there's a little key sitting inside there.
Well,
It looks like it's made of brass, and there's like a monkey-shaped design on the top.
Oh, sick. Okay. Does it look like it goes into anything in here?
No.
Okay. Save this for later.
You see Jimmy just put a key down his shirt.
Can't wait to see what that key goes.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, so the only way there's the way you guys came in, then there's a set of staircases going across the other side of the room now.
Forward. Always forward, never backward.
Lead on, leader.
I have no idea what's going on, so
I
if
was
somebody
making
wants
some-
to lead or inform me,
What
that's
you
great.
see in this room, it looks, you can tell you're in a stone room,
Yeah.
but there's vines and plants growing on the wall. It's almost like a rainforest
I'm
look
gonna
to it.
glance over him and go, you missed a lot.
We're in a temple.
Apparently.
There's too much to explain to you on the way. As soon as you get somewhere safe, someone can relay the rest of it to you.
Punch the things that are angry at us.
Oh, that was kind of obvious, but okay.
So I'll head up toward the stairs.
Alright, so you guys head to the stairs. As you guys reach the top of the stairs, a large fountain crusted with moss rises in the middle of a circular room. 3 marble maidens stand in the fountain, holding pitchers of water, which water flows.
So run that by me again.
There's a large round room. The fountain in the center with a statue of 3 women with pitch pouring water into the fountain. There's actually water running out of
Okay,
their pitchers.
so they're like round room,
Is it clear water?
and then
Is
statues.
there any inscriptions about the statues or the fountain, or just
Trying to visualize it.
It's just this big room, probably about 60 feet across from one side to the other. This big 20-foot wide fountain with 3 maidens pouring water into the fountain.
any other doors besides the one with payment?
Nope.
That was gonna be my next question.
Can you
I'm gonna investigate the statue just to see if there's any sort of inscriptions on any of them.
Roll an investigation.
Do they all look the
Advantage. I'm
same?
gonna look with them.
Alright, so you have advantage on it. What is it?
Do they all look the same?
Yeah, all 3 statues look exactly the same. Now looking at them, the statues are pristinely cut, very smooth stone.
I don't know. Okay. I don't understand that, but you said with advantage.
Yep, Jay is helping you out, or Baxter is.
How did my perception go from a 10 to a 5? A plus 5.
D&D Beyond might be a little wonky.
18 total, if I go by that.
There's no inscriptions.
Did you?
Is there any way I can
The
investigate,
only thing,
maybe
the
look
only,
at
the only
to see
skill that got hit
build
when
the fountain like
we were
some
fighting
sort of
the
race
shadows
suit?
was my strength.
No,
That's
no,
a
no, no,
history
I'm
check.
saying, did you ever change your person?
Do I recognize
you? No.
Straight
The only one,
Make a history check.
again, the only one that got changed was strength, not perception, not,
I rolled a
not,
5.
charisma
17.
or
You don't.
intelligence.
That's not what I asked.
You've heard ancient tales
None of
of
my base scores got
of what
changed.
this place
That's
could
not
be,
what
but
I'm
you don't
saying
have
either.
any
I'm asking
exact
you in
clue
D&D
where you guys
Beyond.
are yet.
Did any of your proficiencies or any of that get changed before you printed that piece of paper off?
As far as I'm aware, no.
So maybe D&D Beyond it. Nope.
Is there any type of buttons or switches within the fountain, around the fountain?
Nope. Going off his investigation, no.
Yes, I rolled an 18.
Can I look about the walls, see if I can find it?
Looking around, the walls are smooth carved stone, almost to the point where it's almost like a satin finish of the stone the way it's been polished down.
Is there anything in the fountain?
Yeah, there's water. It's pouring out of the 3.
No, I mean like anything like
Oh.
at the bottom of the
No.
fountain. Oh, okay.
It's only about a foot deep and it's clear water.
Craftsmanship is exquisite, to say the least, but how do
Well.
we get through?
Is anybody thirsty?
Alright. Where are we at? Almost there.
Actually, everybody make a perception check.
22.
17.
22.
11.
You all just get a really safe feeling in this room.
I don't.
Maybe we could take a break here. You know, rest up. You could get some small stuff back.
Excuse me. Drink the water.
Drink the water.
If you feel safe, then drink the water.
Convince me.
If you feel safe, then drink the water.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
Roll an insight.
I don't understand what happened.
24.
Where's my insight? 17, so I'm gonna do it.
Roll a d4.
Yeah, that's weird. 'Cause
Two?
Two.
As you drink the water, you go to speak and nothing comes out. You lost the ability to speak for 8 hours.
Oh,
This is
thank
just
God!
What? What's wrong with you? I go over and just start tickling her.
You see her start flailing and laughing as you tickle her. There's no sound coming out.
Just use your old page.
What'd you do?
Yeah, for
Drank
some
the
reason-
water? Wow,
HP is
you're
There
smart.
is
The
sort
HP
of
went down, but
investigation
the
into
only
what
stat
the
that is different
water
on
is
these two characters
doing,
is strength.
like if it's type potion or anything, or is that
But
Just
yeah,
use your old page.
But yeah, the bonus
Make
two,
roll and add your intelligence
I
modifier.
don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah. That happens to me a lot too.
God. 12.
You got no idea.
I'm just a plus 0.
It looks like very clean, delicious water, but she can't speak now. She drank it.
Would you like to
I'm gonna do
volunteer?
a history check
Okay. What are you trying to remember?
just to see if I can remember any tales of anything like this as a kid. Or so 16. So
16.
maybe I remember something.
Yeah, you remember that Wongo is the trickster god. And you guys are in the room adjacent to her tomb.
Okay.
Are there any keyholes?
No.
So
Damn.
basically, it's simple math. We're in the temple of the trickster god. I wouldn't touch, drink, or consume anything unless you brought it in yourself.
Well, that's obvious.
You ain't got nothing to drink? You thirsty?
You can bet your.
It doesn't just do that. It does more stuff. It's fun.
Oh,
It does even more things. Get someone else to drink it.
You'll laugh so hard it's over the house.
I'm gonna look at Cody. Alright.
Just tell me
You're
what you
gonna
have
do what?
special magic property.
Are you doing okay?
Sort of. We need to know what else this stuff does, and you have the highest HP.
Roll a persuasion.
12.
I beat that with a base 14.
Well,
You can see he's not giving all the information he has been given about it.
What else do you know about whatever this is?
has magical healing properties.
Don't you roll a deception on that?
16.
Yeah, he's telling you exactly what he's being told.
Go ahead and drink it. It's not gonna kill anybody. That wouldn't be funny. Pranks are stuff that don't get you killed.
I pushed Jimothy in.
Alright.
You push me? In the water?
Athletics,
To the water.
acrobatics. What did you choose to do?
Well, I
I
had
rolled a
rolled
D10 to
it.
see if
I
I
had
was
rolled
gonna
it. I was
Go
trying
for it
to.
or not. I rolled a 1, so I'm going for it.
You gotta
Roll a
message
D4.
him.
I did. And so I was like,
3.
You guys see Ereball take this drink as his form begins to change.
Oh,
The
no.
chest of his armor begins to develop outward more. And you are seeing a female version of Erebon standing before you.
Oh my god.
I'm not even making this up.
How long does it last?
It doesn't say.
Oh.
I don't know what you're
I'm-
talking about. You didn't tell me anything.
athletics.
Athletics versus what was your acrobatics? Or push in?
That's 17, 6, 23.
Well, I'm sorry.
Use it
All of a sudden, your mind
Yeah,
cops a
6.
British accent instead of
As
a
you look
more
at it-
American.
Boobs.
Well, this is odd.
I walk over.
So all of a sudden, Baxter walks over behind Jimothy and just boop right into the water. Are you gonna
I'm gonna get a mouthful of it for sure.
roll a d4?
Cause I'm gonna get pushed and go, ah!
And you sit up.
You lost the ability to speak for 8 hours.
Ah! Fuck you.
Yes.
Fuck you.
So, I I vote that we just hang out here for the night, or something. I mean, I don't know. These guys.
What
I
are you
don't.
staring?
I'm gonna walk away from the fountain, just get in a nice distant corner. Nope.
It's a round room. Good luck finding a corner.
Okay, you have me there.
We're just backing
What
up
was your
from
character's
just back-
name again?
Torlin.
Colin, there is no corner. It's a round room.
I see that now. I'm gonna back away though, because I'm not dealing with
I'm
that.
getting a text message.
I'm just not gonna play with the dumb water.
Is
Well,
that
maybe that would be a
silence
smart
or
thing to do.
boobs?
No.
And I don't need boobs.
Don't want to
What,
go.
you jealous?
I'm gonna go over and just.
You want a fireball to the face?
Tessa did the same thing.
Fireballs!
As you go to Firebolt, sparkles come out.
Fuck you! Or is it you again? Did you fuck my spells up again?
No one did anything. It's the room.
I'm still blaming him.
You know, you can't speak for 8 hours. So you guys gonna take a long rest?
Mm-mm.
All in favor of a long
I
rest,
suck
raise your
at
hand.
reading lips, dude.
You mean I get to drink more? All right.
I pull out pen and
You're
paper
reading.
and here, write a note.
I mean, I'm good.
Do you
on
want
the
a
whole-
long rest?
I am done. With it, so I'm
I mean, we could take a minute to explain shit to him while these two chuckle fucks get to just sit back and do nothing.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah!
What do you do?
We'll find out.
Yeah. 25.
Oh,
Backflip.
nice.
Let's see. Natural 20 for what happens.
Fucking damn.
As you go to jump back, you feel these 3 hands grabbing you in midair as stone statues, with one urn in each hand, grab Baxter midair holding him.
I just looked straight at Jimothy. Really? Was that necessary? You're the only one in this fucking
I
party.
can't cast spells without speaking, dumbass.
But you just like,
Yes, you would. You know that you can't cast spells without speaking.
Yeah, you would know
ever.
that.
Yeah.
Spellcaster?
Majority of animal spells take a
Aren't
verbal
there some
command.
that you cast without
No,
verbal?
all of them have a verbal component unless otherwise, and it's usually very far.
Well,
in
And
between.
most stuff divine that doesn't take verbal.
Right. It's usually clerics.
So
that have
also,
that one.
these 3 statues are holding Baxter in midair in awkward position.
What are you gonna do about that?
Jimothy, pray to your monkey and tell him
Pray to
where
your
we go.
Can I
Right,
reach
your
Baxter?
Yeah, he's- Actually, no, he'd be about 7 feet off the ground, so you're looking up at him as he's being held at this
Are there?
in this awkward position by these 3 statues.
Did they ask you to dinner first?
No.
Well, that's rude.
Alright. Well, so let's just get this going. Torlin, we are trying to figure out what the hell is causing people like him to die because he's been resurrected. And I'm like motioning my head towards Erebon.
You remember seeing some people in Waterdeep that are getting extremely sick, some people just wasting away and dying randomly.
Yes,
It's been getting very bad.
It's been happening here as well.
It's
Then.
commonly called a death curse, meaning people that have been resurrected once or more in their lives are now wasting away. Like their souls being sucked from their bodies. And a few people are probably already gone because we've been wasting too much time dilly-dallying.
As you guys are talking, the 3 statues change to cradling Baxter, rocking him like a baby.
What the hell is
In a very
going on there?
As he starts purring, just laying there.
Should we?
Alright, I get up.
I don't know. He seems to be enjoying that. So maybe we can leave him there. He seems to be fine.
Alright, I'm gonna hop down. I'm gonna look at the statues and investigate what they like. Look up at them.
Their eyes are just carved stone. They're the same 3 statues that were standing at the fountain.
Okay.
They're now holding you and cradling you, not letting you go.
Any
Let me
inscriptions?
down. Alright.
Or,
I'm gonna jump out like try to
no, there were no.
jump
I'm
out
gonna
of the
try
hands.
again to drink some of the water and see if it has a different effect.
Okay, roll a d4.
What happens if you? Well, never mind. I know what happens.
2.
You lose the ability to speak for 8 hours.
You can't talk now.
I'm gonna drink
You're a
some
woman
water.
and you can't speak.
Sexism at its finest. So we have 3 people who can't talk.
One of them's turned into a woman.
One of them.
Good, can I still be?
And I'm being cradled by
Telepathically.
giants.
Yes.
Yeah, you can speak telepathically through the rings, but you just can't verbally speak.
So through the ring to each of them, like, well, it appears that I can no longer speak.
We should probably just go to sleep.
That might be
What
that
a
might be
four.
advisable.
I want to see what a 4 does. 2.
You can't
You
speak
can't
for
speak.
8 more hours.
You got 16 hours. You can't speak.
Damn.
So let's take a rest, as I'm still
boy.
speaking through the ring to
I'm
those three.
relaying this message to him that we're talking and
We're
shit.
going to take a rest and then
Using this
try
ring
to,
to talk.
try to get the rest of it out after that. And maybe perhaps I'll be turned back to my normal form.
Okay.
In that span of time.
Everyone's talking like
Don't
a
worry,
douchebag, and he
you're
said we're gonna take a break.
I think you're better than doing this for.
Shut up.
At least
You're not helping.
no one's called you an ugly elf yet.
You're not helping.
It's because he's a woman.
Okay, so you guys take your rest. Is anyone gonna do watch or no?
I'll watch. I mean, I've been in a bar, so it's
You
not
might
like
as well.
I really
You're still
needed
being
to
cradled.
rest so much.
Yeah,
I
you're
was
being
gonna
cradled
say-
by
He's being cradled by a bunch of stein.
Actually,
I
after
was
an hour,
trying
that
to- I was
spells
trying
wear
to-
off.
24
Well, I was
hours.
trying
Oh, 24 hours? Oh.
24 hours.
Oh, okay.
What?
The spell lasts 24 hours. I thought it was only an hour.
No, it's 24.
No. I knew it was only a cut the time down by like half.
Oh.
But still.
No, just kidding. It's a minute.
Oh.
It's over.
Yeah, so after a minute,
Well,
they kind
still.
of drop you and then walk back to their posts.
Do they drop him in the water?
No.
No, I wish.
Now they go back and they resume their position, just pouring the water. Okay, so go ahead and roll perception for your watch.
I saw that. 4 sucks. I'm so sorry.
Four.
I know you have most
Yeah, I've got 150.
Great. Subject is not my experience. It's not my choice, okay? And I can cast spells without speaking.
I know you can.
He uses to burn sorcery points.
Yeah. But I rolled a 60 on the table too, so I got all my spell slots back.
Yeah. You're
I
sitting
know
there
you
relaxing
can
as everybody
cast
else
without
sleeps.
fucking
Yeah.
verbal component. That's why I came at you first.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
pretty uneventful. You can't tell if it's day or night right now, but it's pretty calm.
I mean, after watching you push one of our own into a pit with an angry gorilla,
It was just a prank, bro. You didn't die.
it doesn't matter.
I thought it was kind of fun.
You put one of our own in harm's way.
We're gonna wake up for second watch.
And how long has it been since the effects of the water have started?
That's what, 24 hours?
No.
No, 8 hours,
8
except
hours.
for
She has about
character
just
goes.
16 hours. The two of
16.
you have 8.
Oh.
For not
well,
speaking.
So how
I'd
long?
say it's been about 4 hours since they drank, and then you guys bed down, and you're 2 hours for your watch.
So then by the time we finish the long rest,
Yeah.
it'll be
3 watches, 2, 4, 6 hours.
He is
He can still speak.
Yeah.
he's set down though by the
Yeah, he's been set down.
Okay, I'm gonna wake up
Baxter.
Baxter
Yeah.
because he can
That's
potentially
still- that's a
alert
back
people
seat.
besides, nudging them or something. So,
Yeah.
hey man, you're the only one who can speak right now.
Yep.
Your turn. And I go to
it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for your watch.
I don't even realize I could have alarmed the area too, but you didn't want to say anything to me.
Does alarm have vermin?
Natural
I-
20.
It does.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
at this
I
point.
believe so.
No,
I
you
can
could-
check.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up.
Yeah,
Natural.
check for me real
And it's a
quick.
nice, relaxing night. Nothing happens. Except for the sound of the trickling water coming from the fountain that makes you have to pee occasionally.
Alarm. Is that a wizard spell?
Yes.
Yeah, still on the wizard spell list.
Is it first, second, third?
I think it's first.
Yeah. It's not a real high level spell, I know that. Yeah, it's first
Okay.
level. Oh, shit, I can just look at it. Alarm, fire, yeah, verbal material somatic.
Okay, so you go ahead and go about your night. Are you gonna wake anybody else up? Or are you gonna finish up?
Oh, I was just gonna finish up the watch.
Alright, so eventually you guys wake up. Jimmy, you go to start wake up and you can't move your feet for some reason. You feel them, but you just can't really get them to budge. You look down, your feet are tied together.
Well, I'm going to try to undo that.
It's easily just following it to the
As
gutter.
as I sit up, am I
You're still a woman.
You're
You're still a woman.
Go drink again.
As he
But can I
pops
still-
up and
but
his
can I
boobs
speak yet or
pop
no?
out of
No,
his
yeah, you can all speak. So I'm gonna tell you, hey, if you want to be a guy again, go drink.
I don't think I'll risk that again. I don't want to have my voice taken from me once more.
Don't roll a 2.
Right? Just don't roll it too.
I will just last this out. At least I'm not being called the ugly elf at this point.
Out of game, there is no lasting it out.
Okay, cool. So everyone's permanently a female. Great.
Unless you find a way to remove the spell that's put on you.
Fuck it.
Just drink the water.
Fuck it.
It's
I'm not-
not that bad being silent.
I'm also tired of being called the ugly elf, so
Dude,
maybe as a female
I
I'll
will
be
still
the
call
ugly
you the ugly elf if it makes you change
Doesn't
back
matter
into a
where
guy.
elf. And I will
Female
still
or male?
firebolt you.
You fire first. I'll fire last.
You kill me, the campaign's over.
No. We'll find your replacement down the road somewhere.
Find someone that knows everything about what's going on like I do, sure.
It'll get informed to us somehow. There are people above you that know more than that.
Unless Fasha's dead. But she might already be.
I don't give a shit.
No, you don't give a shit. That's the problem.
And so as you guys are sitting there, you notice there's this rumbling in the room.
Are you doing that?
I didn't
Hey,
think I was
who
that
farted?
hungry.
As you guys are doing that, the fountain starts lifting up and rotating.
Okay, that's new.
Oh.
There's a spiral staircase going down.
Of course there's a staircase going down. There's always a staircase going down.
Why aren't there any stairs that go up? I don't
There's a lot of stairs that go up. This one goes down. You first.
Fine, I go down first.
Alright.
behind him.
I'm behind him.
Okay.
I'm behind her.
I'm last.
Everyone is now a female elf.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, she's gonna stay
Does
that way.
that change your stats at all? Or no?
No.
Mm-mm.
Changes them from male to female.
Honestly, gonna stay that way.
That was a 3 on that scale. There was 4 options. I was hoping someone would roll 3.
Well, I did.
Also, Jay would roll 3.
I wasn't drinking the water. When I seen that pop up, no, I'm not chancing it.
What? You're just jealous.
So we're going down the
I don't
stairs.
think I'd
As
stop
you guys
touching
work your
my
way
stuff.
down, the walls and floors in this 15-foot square room
I have more.
are cracked and carved with images of terrified humanoids falling. Set into the middle of the floor is a stone bas relief with a barbed devil face, painted green. Forlorn echoes from the black void of its gaping maw.
I'm gonna touch Airbud's boobs.
Actually, you wouldn't. You're not tall enough.
Going to.
No, you can still reach up.
I'm going to inspect the.
I will hold them up.
You said a mask or a
It's
bust?
a carving of a barbed devil in the middle of the
What
room.
the fuck are you
Okay, I'm
doing?
going to inspect the.
Still getting used to it
carving.
myself. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Fuck you. Get off. I don't know.
Is that a roll or?
Still getting used to having these.
Let's
Now
see.
someone in the group has better boobs than me.
Did
You're
you
my
read this
enemy.
part of the
And you're taller.
May roll an investigation.
It's +0, so straight roll. 14.
Men in other bars.
Alright.
Oh, they're in for a trip.
You see that this isn't a statue. This is a
Right,
corpse.
yeah,
There is an axe wound across the chest and several crossbow bolt marks to the back of the head.
Any cross bolts in it or
I
just
may
marks?
be able to
Just the holes.
perform, but that doesn't change my preferences.
Hey group, this isn't a carving or a statue. This is an actual person, a corpse. Looking
I'll go
around
over
it.
and see what he's looking at.
It looks like horned devil. There's an axe. Looks like axe gash across the chest and crossbow bolt holes on the back of its head.
So I reckon it's a type of.
No,
It's a horned devil.
It's a horn devil.
Anything on it besides its armor or body
Can we
or
tell how
whatever
long
it
it's
is?
been dead?
No. It looks fresh. Looks like a statue almost. Almost like it's been petrified.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's any other track marks around, any evidence of anything else. Investigation?
Yep.
Aw, I don't want.
Roll it again.
I don't want to.
But do it anyway.
6.
Okay. As you're wandering around looking through, you find this mirror on the wall.
Mirror on the wall.
When
Who's
you
the
look at it,
dumbest
there's no
cat
reflection,
ball?
it's just
I mean,
this
what?
smoky gray swirling inside of it. But it looks like a framed mirror on the wall.
I'm gonna approach it, but like from a side angle, so I'm not looking like right at it,
Okay?
and just kind of look at it. I'm not getting closer than like 5 feet.
Alright, you're looking at it as close as you can, and it just looks like there's something swirling inside the mirror.
I'm gonna be stupid. I'm gonna.
You're gonna be stupid.
As you are, you hear in the back of your head, be careful that soul like traps, that mirror that traps souls. And it sounds like this young woman's voice in the back of your head. As he's approaching this mirror.
As he is approaching the mirror,
Yeah.
Next, I'm not sure I would do that.
Why?
A mirror could trap your soul.
Back. Take a step back. How do you know that?
Just call it a little birdie.
Kitty.
There are birds down here?
I haven't heard no
Something in the
tweets.
back of my mind said that there could be danger. So,
Alright.
Schizophrenic, huh?
Alright. That's fine. I will back away from it because I'm not gonna make it big then.
You back away.
I was just gonna like poke it with the sword, but then I'm not gonna do that now.
Okay. Yeah, looking around at the far end of the room by the mirror back, there's actually a door.
I can't read lips that well either.
see, after the you missed it. There was a room. There was a coffin with a skull in a box nearby. That we were told not to speak any truth to some cursed child. Well, a child's voice started reaching out to him, and lest we could tell, he couldn't say anything but the truth. So we kept him away. I was the one that diffused the situation, and I'm the one that's now turned into a female. But that's not the point. The point is, we can't let him hear any voices.
Baxter
That's
cannot lie.
Yeah, it ain't that I can't hear any voices, it's just that it's the voice of
No,
the little
I said
girl.
that we can't let you hear any voices. We can't let you listen to them.
Yeah, I can't listen.
You can't lie, but that doesn't mean you can't not speak.
I just don't want to get whatever was gonna happen if
I don't know what was going to happen if we told that child the truth, or if she didn't believe us. But I don't want to know. Okay, I don't want to know.
Alright, so what are we doing after this? Like this,
Oh, we should probably look for doors or.
Yep, there's a door right by Baxter, because as you come down, the room is a pretty long room. Let's see, that's
feeling like I was
60 feet from one side to the other. The staircase comes in the middle of the left side of the room.
Yeah, well,
At the far end, there's the statue. At the other end, there's the mirror in the door.
female. What's going to happen?
okay.
And there's nothing else, right? No,
There's just
the thing in the middle and then the.
Everyone has to be one.
I'm gonna go over and check out the other door and like just crack it open.
Perhaps I could
roll an investigation.
wait it out until it's.
Or you're just gonna open it.
I was just gonna open it and
Oh, make a dexterity saving throw.
You don't know that that's gonna happen.
I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But we're just hoping it's
28.
weird.
As you go to open it, you hear this,
The rest of your life.
and you duck as this puff of something goes out right where your face was.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Cloud of nasties.
And it's this silvery gray cloud that just lingers for a second before it's
Right, like-
dissipating into midair.
Do any of us have any idea what it
Sidestepping
is?
back away
What
from
that
shit.
is?
Yeah, can we do a history or.
Actually,
That would
could
be an
could I-
Arcana check.
Could I verify it?
I'm gonna check. I wanna.
Stone, dirt,
Yeah, it's a carved stone cavern.
16.
You said Arcana?
I'm still doing my spell bonus from when we took that last. I'm all good now.
Oh, and everyone whose strength was reduced after your rest, it's your return.
Oh, thank God.
Return back to what?
We got hit by something, and
Mine
if
was
you
a
got hit by it,
16.
it reduced
Oh,
your
no,
strength
mine
score
was-
by 1.
By 1d4. Yeah, so everybody's
16 with the.
So
with
everybody
the ring
but
of
me then,
full
since I didn't
strength.
get
I took that
Yep.
off.
Unless it.
yeah, everybody's strength was reduced. Yeah, she didn't get hit.
I didn't get hit.
Well, you almost got hit.
Oh,
Ring of full strength was what, +2?
+2.
Yep.
Okay, so that would be a 14 instead of 11. Got it.
So return it back.
Yeah, your strength's normal now.
So that's a plus
Yeah,
2 modifier
right,
for
use that
strength,
pencil.
right?
It depends on what the
14.
total is.
The
14.
14
14 is
is a
Yeah,
plus
plus
2,
two.
right?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, 'cause it goes up on the even.
Well, because I had that ring of bull strength, which I took off to then equip the sun sword. So I went from a 16 to a 14, which then went down to an 11 after fighting the
Shadows.
shadows. And so it goes back up to a 14.
But opening up this doorway, you guys go in and it's this semicircular room. On the left and right, there's hallways, and straight ahead there's a staircase going down.
How long are the hallways?
The one to your right goes about 15 feet in this door. Left, about 20 feet in this door.
Hmm.
Somebody want to take right? I'll take left.
Old-fashioned dungeon crawl.
You gotta love it.
Let's go and check them out. I'll take the right side.
I head down to the left side door.
All right, splitting the party.
God, you never get volunteers anymore. I'm so unhappy.
Okay. So going to the right side first.
I'm gonna go and
So who's going to right, who's going left?
I was going
to
left,
the right.
he was
who's
going
gonna-
right.
I'll follow you then.
I'm gonna stand in the middle.
Just in case.
Yep.
I'm gonna follow whoever she's not following.
So, me then.
So the three of you are going right, you're going left?
No.
No,
no,
she's
no.
going with
Two of
him.
us are
Two
going.
going left, two going right, one staying
One
in the
staying-
road.
Okay, so we're going to the right first.
One's waiting to fight, just fucking kill us all.
The door is unlocked, partially cracked open. As you push it, candles dimly illuminate this cluttered office. A skeletal songbird rasps at you from the filthy cage in one corner. Other furnishing include a wooden writing desk, a tall backed chair, and anatomical drawings of drawings sketched in coal hang over the wall behind the desk. Seated in the chair is a shriveled up corpse of a humanoid wearing moldy robes with a bronze mask sculpted to look like a frowning visage. Around the figure's neck hangs a black skull-shaped amulet, and a number of severed hands crawl across the desk and floor around
Okay,
it.
so that's our door or his door?
Whoever went right.
Towers.
Oh, ours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's hands crawling across the desk and the floor around it.
So let's see. Did I have? Yes. Can I? I'm gonna use prestidigitation to see if that cleans up any of the grime on the robes and the.
What's the range on that again?
It's just a 5-foot cube. So whatever that
Oh,
humanoid
there's
thing
be a
is,
range for how far you can cast it at.
I'm going up to the.
Oh,
I'm,
it's
I'm,
not
I'm
you're going in?
Going up to the.
Okay.
the humanoid.
Roll initiative.
figure.
Oh,
Fucking damn it.
There's crawling hands around him.
Yeah.
No, I thought you meant you.
No,
they
there's
were-
hands crawling
Okay.
around him. So you can still gonna go in?
How many?
Oh, whatever.
There are about 12 of them crawling around.
Nice.
Do I hear one of them yell out?
Do one of you yell out to Ignis?
Do you get
I mean,
startled
it's
by
not-
the hands on the ground or not?
Not really.
They're crawling across his body, along his face, across the desk, around the floor.
They're like hand spiders.
Ah, Cody,
Yeah.
you
It's just
should've
hands
said,
pulling
don't get
themselves
handsy
along.
with me.
Yeah.
Well, see, when the way he described it, I envisioned like just.
I was
it
thinking
was,
like.
something. It was an appearance of like there were hands there, but they appeared as if they were crawling,
They're actually crawling.
but not like actually crawling.
No, they're actually crawling.
They're actually dismembered hands crawling across the floor. So you still gonna go in?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna make like a big deal. But I'm like, hey, there's hands that are crawling in the room.
Alright, so roll your initiative too, since you're in there.
I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
this is
run
what the two of us.
Yep.
I'm running towards.
Oh, you're running over there?
Nah, I'm gonna walk leisurely over there.
I rolled a 1.
Fucking Jimothy.
You didn't yell out? It's not that serious.
Yeah,
That's not my fucking problem yet.
it's not your fucking problem at all, is it?
So we have a small combat instance.
You guys are gonna find like a pot of gold or something.
I should make
Tiny
a,
corpse right beside it.
Right.
female?
Yep.
You're gonna be further inside.
That's not. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
maybe further
okay,
inside.
yeah. I was like,
We
when,
need a
when you
female
said it as
version.
you're placing bastards, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Trying to use some D6s.
I've got the D6 row, so I had to do the work for
You
the...
got these things.
I know, that's what I was looking at. Like,
Oh
I was
yeah,
looking at
so you
those.
grab something for the other thing in the room.
God, you guys better yell.
You know, I was considering my next character being female. I didn't realize that this character was gonna wind up being. Oh.
Got the one fit for this.
Oh well, it happens. I just gotta change the bronze menu that I have set up for her. I have it set up. I'm not gonna order it yet until I'm sure this character is gonna survive to the end of all of this.
Yeah.
If this character does survive to the end of all of this, there's gonna be a bronze mini on a plaque with a character sheet there.
Every
And,
character in this one's gonna be doing that.
and I'm gonna retire the character at that point. No more Erebon, ever. Period. Female or male.
Yeah.
It'll be it. That character survived an entire 2-year campaign. Done.
Okay. So these are gonna be the hands.
Those are just markers or the
Oh,
numbers?
these
that
are gonna be
you-
the hands.
They're markers.
Right, but
Yeah, they're just markers
Okay,
for
so-
what's there.
Jesus.
There's 12 of them.
Of course they're around me.
Yeah.
'Cause
They're
I'm right
all
up there.
In the room.
They're in the middle.
At the desk. Okay, so for this quick one, this is literally gonna be quick combat. 25 to 20.
6 total.
That was 11.
Okay, so
Yeesh. You might die.
You'll be alright. Don't you worry.
I'm not.
You'll still be dealing with me for a long time yet. Whether you like it or not.
Keep it up, dude. I might just kill your character.
okay, so Erebon's first on the initiative.
Let's see. Well, Misty Step.
So you're back. Where Baxter's at's the wall. He's at the door.
And then, let me see. I'll use my movement. 10, 15.
There. Now you have an idea where the walls are.
Using the wand of fireballs. Here.
Okay. How many charges?
Just one. So that's what, 8d6?
I'm gonna do their dexterity saving throws. That's the 19 to the hands.
For all of them?
Yeah, I rolled one for all of them.
So they save them.
And then for him,
I'll wait until you
If I smoke you out, let me know, okay?
let me know if it saves or not. I'm sure you probably will, but just want to know before I roll the damage.
gotta find him in the book first.
The hands are gonna take half already, but
Where's this guy at? Seriously.
in the ether. I still had to laugh at that encounter Jerry cooked up for us when we were sleeping during
Uh-huh.
it. And literally the fucking thing attacked her. I'm like, nope. Free charge. I think I used like 3 charges for the wand of fireball. Killed it. I was like, nope. And Jerry's like, okay.
Okay, here he is. So he doesn't save.
Oh, good.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
6, 10, 14, 17, 19, 20, 22, 24 damage. It's not very high, but
So
I was just a single charge of firebolt. Fireball. Oh, good!
their hands. What do you expect?
Oh, good. That's what I was hoping for.
So all the hands don't crawl over you.
Mm-hmm. Just like,
Okay.
alright. Now we can do this problem.
Hands are gone. Now it's his turn. It's the right's turn.
The white.
Get the white. Let's see.
I just look at him. Now we can do this problem. Draws sun sword.
And how's my kill at all?
I'm so happy I got that weapon now. It was literally my favorite weapon.
Look up
This was
the rule for this spell.
Gave it to you.
As much as
You
I
owe
like,
me.
as much as I hate Jimothy's guts, I can't say I don't appreciate the gift of the
I
sword.
think you might as well just forget about what happened with me and the cat earlier, since I gave you the sun sword.
For now, until you do something else that endangers my team.
Until I take it back.
Don't know. You'll take it back over my corpse.
It's pretty high. Might be the play. The plan.
You'll take it over my corpse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
It'd be over his ashes.
6.
All of a sudden, you feel your body start kind of, and you can't move. Okay. Now it is Baxter's turn.
Noticing that he's catatonic basically.
As
I'm
I'm
like,
just
Timothy!
as I'm just now
And-
rolling my eyes like
I draw my bow, and I'm gonna just take my shots at him. And first one is gonna be a bursting arrow.
I'll skip briefly up the hallway.
Okay.
No, I'll book it.
I gotta roll your initiative to see where you're at. You two gonna do anything here in this?
well she's with
Yeah, they're just down the hall.
not true.
Are you two gonna do anything here in Jimothy being yelled for?
I mean,
Are you gonna figure out what the hell's going on or no?
right. I mean, they didn't yell for us.
No, but are you gonna try and figure out okay what's going on? Or are you just gonna be like, well, not our problem.
We're
Whatever.
at the other end of the hall. We're basically like,
Yeah. You did open that door. I was like, oh shit. Oh, you.
Okay. Hold on. I need to do
They got Jimothy. They should be fine. Unless Jimothy.
Or Doom.
No, I'll be fine. Yeah.
They're archers. They can keep a distance.
Yeah. They should be keeping at range if they're good at their job.
As you just see me like frozen in place.
Well,
Well,
unnatural
I rolled
20.
11 too.
I got a plus
What's
13.
your initiative?
My base was
To hit?
Yeah.
my plus
Well, that's-
my
that was
initiative
2 hit.
+4.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, so mine's still a little bit higher than yours. then.
Takes 2d6.
I go before you.
So it takes.
I don't say blah blah blah.
Bleh.
Yeah, it takes six
Bleh.
damage from that one, and then adding where's my 8, and then 6 damage from that one. So that's 6 explosive and then 6 piercing.
Okay.
And that was the first shot. And 9, 13, 22.
It's a hit.
And
What?
Just look at my spell list, see what the hell I have.
You can update that every time you rest.
I know,
Oh, and
but
I forgot the +5 on the paper.
Forgetting
Last
that.
one.
Oh no, I'm just
And
like
that would make 7
saying it out
total.
yeah, no, I
Yup.
just keep forgetting about that.
Did you make your advance for them?
And I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, we
move-
took a long rest, so my
I'm gonna.
XP's not
I'm
on.
still at the doorway, I assume, so I'm gonna back up just a little bit, like 15 feet.
No, I was looking to see if there, see what
Still
lesser
in combat
restoration
zone,
was.
but like
Yeah,
just
what's
a
the
little
restoration?
further back, keeping my
I'll
range.
just say where you
Yeah,
at.
see if
Right
there's
up
any
here
way I
next
could
to
just
him.
cast that verbally.
You see it says this person wearing these moldy rags with this gold mask on and a black amulet around his neck.
ah.
And Erebon's just frozen in place in the middle of the room.
Well,
Okay.
Just rolling my eyes like.
Make your wisdom save.
And as he's getting ready to do what he's gonna do and stuff, I tell him what's going on. He walked up to the thing
22.
and
Alright.
all this happened.
That's your action, but you saved, so you're no longer paralyzed.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Not really, not literally.
The White's turn.
Don't literally take that.
Oh my God! You're still an ugly elf.
Shut up! Fucking food for
rude! How dare you, judge
We'll
a lady?
cut you up and feed you to the rest of the cats in the neighborhood. They won't know the difference.
Who's spitting your cereal, man? When did he get so?
Really? Like he changed right over into the menopausal period.
Yeah! He bypassed puberty, he bypassed it all.
He's like right in the child rearing years. God.
Forgot to hit that
Just,
thing 100 mark.
I don't know. Shut up.
Okay, here on make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn!
Oh, no, I can't.
This was Con. Okay. You're the only one in the room, so.
This would never like catching up.
You take 29 points of necrotic damage as a sickly beam hits you in the chest,
Ooh.
and you feel your skin starting to wither a little bit, and
As
Just
if
feel
I
like it's
wasn't
rotting.
having that problem already. God damn it.
okay.
How much is it? 29?
26.
26.
Timothy is up.
I'm gonna saunter my way in.
Let's go swagger our way on into the room.
Look over.
As you see that beam just hit him in the chest, knowing what that spell was. You're familiar with it.
That hurts.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna look over at the white on the
Because
cast.
I'm gonna ready my wand of fireballs again.
Well, actually, I'll do this. Still got 20 movement. 5, 10, 15.
I'm just like, what are you doing?
And then I'm gonna cast a 5th level spell.
What are you doing?
I'm casting Immolation on the white. It has to make a Dexterity 18 saving
What are
throw.
you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
Huh? I'm kind of hard of hearing, sweetie.
16.
Doesn't save it, but I rolled a 74, so hold on.
With a 74
A
do?
random creature within 60 feet of me becomes poisoned for 1d4 hours.
Roll a d4. Let me know what you get.
Please tell me.
3!
It is the white.
Thank God, man. I was
Whee!
about to be really fucking pissed.
It knows even it's gonna be you.
I know.
Alrighty.
There's only two of us there.
8d6.
I was about to be really fucking pissed.
Nah, I didn't summon a unicorn to kick you in the teeth.
This time.
This time.
Unicorn so funny, kicks you in the ass and knocks you into the white.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Yay.
So I just used one charge of fireballs.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
It's 5 next time.
It's on fire. It sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. At the end of its turns, it repeats the saving throw. It takes 46 to have failed. Can't be put out by non-magical means. Yay! 6, 12, 22, 32, 36.
Okay. Okay.
And that's it.
Baxter, you're up!
Baxter!
Here, kitty. Alright, waiting back to the other door. As you guys open the door on the left-hand side of the hallway, you open it up and there's this pool of water sitting in the center of the room. Just a little fountain. No statues. Just standing water.
Is it clean water?
Very crystal clear.
I don't know. Considering the last water we've dealt with, I don't know we should drink or bathe into this one. What do you think?
Looking across the hallway, there's another doorway.
Can I investigate the room and see if there's? I'm gonna look around the walls and see if there's any like clues to what's going on here.
Roll an investigation.
20.
Nice. Natural?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Let's see. As you go, you put your hands on the edge of the pool of water. As the water begins to swirl, an eerie light emits from the basin. Slowly, an image resolves in the water surface. Who would you like to look to see? You can pick any. You can think of anyone you've met in all of the Sword Coast.
Like, who are you thinking about at this current point in
She
time?
wants to see Erebon's panties.
Can I think of Erebon's tits?
You would think of the person themselves, not the object.
Okay.
Or PG. When you start thinking of Erebon, you see them in the other room fighting this strange creature. You look down the hallway, and And you're seeing it, and you look at the pool, and you're seeing this from like a third-person perspective, like almost like an overhead view. And you're both seeing this.
Trying to peer down.
So this looks like they're having fun. Who else? Is there anyone you wanna? I don't know.
I don't know. I think they've
I
got
can't
it.
talk.
I think they've got it.
Yeah, I think they've got it. I mean, come on, 3 people, 1 thing. I
Three
mean,
people, one white. Yeah, we got it right.
I'm just gonna explore the door behind
What?
us. How about that?
I think it's a terrible porn.
Okay, so
They already have one,
Can I
but it's got
try
5 people instead of.
hold on.
Do I have to have them met them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, back to Baxter's turn.
Scrying, I believe.
My bad. That was my turn.
You're good.
So, alright, my turn. Let me see. I'm just gonna shoot him up again because I don't want to go in the room like a dumbass. I'm good.
Like a dumbass.
I don't know. You in there getting fucked up by the something that he ain't even barely touching. You have to make all kinds of.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
All red foreman on you.
Yeah. So that's
My foot
29
is so
2 hit on my
far.
first one.
It's a hit.
Oh,
So far
Hunter's
off your
mark
head.
his ass too.
And bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. So that's 11 by 16.
Okay.
And then second shot. Boom, 29
That's a
again.
hit.
Yeah. That 14 on that one.
Okay. Back to Irvon.
Wand of fireballs, 5 charges.
Okay.
You get to smack it one more time.
22. Save.
Well, he saves, but
Yeah.
still gets to take.
Oh, he still takes them, I know.
Let's see. There's 8.
Plus
9,
1
10,
more.
11, 12 d8, 12 d6 damage. Hopefully, I roll a bunch of 6s. That'd be nice.
Ooh.
Come on.
See a lot of big numbers in there.
There's 20, 30.
The white exploded
40.
today when an ugly dwarf.
Ugly dwarf.
52.
No, it's just when
Ugly
all that. I know it's just when that was standing there.
55
so it just
damage.
looked so much
Half.
shorter.
55, so 26.
Yep,
Yes, the ugly
55
elf.
half.
As the blast clears, he's looking pretty rough.
And I just look at him. Don't fucking freeze me again. That's exactly what he's gonna do, isn't it?
It's not bad. I should.
That's what I was looking for. It's all about the role play in here.
Come on, load up. Waiting for it to load for the spell.
Come on, we don't have all day. Are you going to attack me?
There's a
or not?
buffering symbol floating in front of him.
Jesus Christ.
It's like.
Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
Make sure it was fully charged before sending it into battle.
Again. Make sure to unplug it and plug it back in again.
Here we go.
Reconnected to Wi-Fi. Old familiar sound starts to resonate from it.
Okay. I need Jimothy and Irvon both to make dexterity saving throws.
I'm waiting for that.
Oh, I might be okay. 16.
Fail.
Unnatural 20.
That's a save, so you take half damage.
Oh well. We'll call this karma.
For now.
You take 6, you take 13 lightning damage. As it just puts his hands, blasts of lightning shoots out of its hands across both of you.
Ow!
Now Jimothy's
That
up.
was rude.
At the end of its turn,
That
it has to
tingled
make
in
a
all the
dex
wrong
18
places.
saving throw.
It's a big taser.
17.
10. It just takes 10 points.
Okay. Now you're up.
Now I'm up and I'm gonna do something.
Oh boy.
Nah.
Make it
Misty Step and run away? Because I see him getting ready to cast a spell.
Nope, Misty Step's not a reaction.
Oh, fuck. I see him getting ready to cast a spell. I'm like, oh shit!
As you two were sitting there watching this show on the pool.
I'm gonna.
Getting shield ready as a reaction.
Man,
Gonna
if only we
grab.
had some food, that'd be great.
Onto his arm real quick.
What?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Cast Misty Step so that I'm right here.
Okay. All of a sudden, he grabs you and roll the table.
Yep.
What'd you do? What'd you do that? What'd you do?
We
I was like,
boarded.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
We moved. We had to leave. 49. I can't speak for the next minute.
Oh, good.
Whenever I
Wait,
try.
what'd you do?
Okay. Well, now, so for the second one, I have to use a sorcery point so I can cast it. But I'm gonna do because Misty Step's a bonus action. I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Oh god. Then I see you getting ready to cast again. I'm like, oh my god!
Oh, that's okay. This one's a cantrip.
Oh, okay. Okay.
17.
That's a hit.
Sick. 3d10. Which ones are those ones? Oh wait, I've been using those.
Cantrips don't trigger the thing.
Nope.
Thank the gods.
19, 25.
How do you want to do this?
It's just gonna burst into flame. Well, what's actually gonna happen is it turns to ash because my last fire effect is still on it.
That's true. All of a sudden, poof, it just crumbles to ash. The mask falls to the ground, the amulet falls to the ground, but the body and everything, and the robes turn to ash.
Dibs. I'm a swagger on in.
And you're gonna pick up that.
I'm gonna look at the amulet first.
I'm gonna grab the mask and check it
I'm
out.
gonna swat your hand away.
I'm gonna grab
You didn't do
the other
anything.
hand.
You didn't do anything.
Fuck that.
I'm a
Okay,
cast
so-
scatter. You're
Alright, so
200
you
feet
pick up the amulet, and it's this black obsidian skull. It looks just like the face of the skull carved into this obsidian.
Okay.
Alright.
Actually, I have to hand this over to the elf to identify it. See if it's magical at all.
So I identify it.
Alright, so it is the amulet of the black skull. It has 6 charges. Regains 1d6 daily at dawn. While wearing this amulet, you can use an action to expend one of its charges and then transport yourself and anything you are wearing or carrying to a location within 100 feet of you.
Does that count any willing person you have your hand around?
No, it's just you.
Damn.
The,
You can't carry
the
them.
destination you choose doesn't need to be in your line of sight, and it must be familiar to you. In other words, a place you have seen or have visited. It must be on the same plane of existence as you. This effect isn't subject to the magical restrictions in place of the Tomb of the Nine Gods.
So
Thus,
basically, it's an instant teleport.
there's more. Thus, the amulet can be used to enter and exit the tombs. If you aren't undead, you must make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw each time you use the amulet to teleport.
Aren't undead?
If you aren't undead.
Does that include people that have been resurrected?
You're
No.
not undead.
On a failed saving throw, the black skull cackles and you are transformed into transformed in transit. The transformation takes effect as soon as you arrive at the destination, and is determined randomly by rolling percentile die and consulting the black skull transformation table.
Sounds like
So
something
everyone
in my
just
alley.
like,
What's up, Butterlips?
none of us are undead.
Good.
Therefore, the use of this amulet.
It's mine. I found it.
He's
You know what?
irresponsible.
Sick. Because otherwise I was going to try to persuade you.
Okay.
It's a shiny
What's the mask?
But you want undead.
Right,
You're
if
going,
you-
you're going to be transformed in
No,
transit
if-
if you're not undead.
I thought it was if you are undead and you use it.
If you aren't undead,
Oh, well, whatever.
and it's just if you fail the Constitution saving throw.
I'll be fine.
And the mask.
Holding
I will
the
leave that
mask.
to you.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what's this? It's still strange. I didn't steal it.
It's a mask of the
I
beast.
identify it.
Mask of the Beast. This bronze mask takes shape and likeness of a beast's visage. It has 3 charges. While wearing the mask, you can expend 1 charge and use the mask to cast an animal friendship spell as an action. The mask regains all of its expended charges at dawn.
Oh, well, that
So basically, it just gives you beast shape, basically.
No, animal friendship.
Animal friendship. For 1 hour. Wow. You have 1 telepathic link with any creature. They will do your bidding.
And
mean, I'll use it, but unless you want it.
It does require attunement.
Yeah, they need stuff.
So does the amulet.
Hold on to it.
Well, I want to see what this thing turns me into, so I'm gonna teleport 10 feet that way.
Once you're attuned- Okay, so as you guys walk into the next room
I'm just
where
gonna be looking at it
you
all
were
funny.
waiting for you.
No, I'm gonna teleport
I
100
was
feet,
gonna-
right? I'm gonna go all the way over to the other door.
I was gonna search around the room a little bit, see if there's
Really scorched wood, burnt paper.
nothing else. Okay.
No.
Zap.
As you see them walk, you see them walk. All of a sudden, Jimothy just disappears for a Constitution save.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta do that.
You know?
Haha! It wasn't good. 13.
Roll percentiles.
82.
Okay. You are paralyzed for 1 minute, or until the effect is ended,
Yes.
with a lesser restoration spell or similar magic. So he gets that. All of a sudden, he's just.
I'm just frozen over, just
He's like.
And how did that turn out for you?
It didn't kill me, so I guess it worked out pretty well.
But yeah, Jimothy teleports to the room in front of you and just.
As I just pat him on the head as we walk by him.
Okay.
I take one of his hands and put it in his nose.
His body's locked in place.
Are
He's
we-
magically paralyzed, so the body's magically
Yeah.
frozen, so you can't move him.
Can't
So I'm just
force
gonna pat him
movement.
on the head as we walk by him.
So then a minute goes by and he unfreezes.
Immolation.
Okay. Let me get back to the map. Okay, so what three of you see now is in this room there's this large pool of water and a door on the other side of the room.
3, you mean 2?
Of the three of you, they were already in there.
Oh, okay.
So pool of water shows you people, you know. Oh wait, I can't. I'm gonna say that through the ring.
I'd say it's been long enough.
Okay.
Oh, so you saw that whole thing going on in that?
Yeah, blue watch.
You were fine.
Yeah.
You were fine.
Because his magic didn't fuck me.
As much as I wanted it to.
As he says that, slap him butt cheek.
Smack!
Block.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna do in this room?
So there's a door behind us, and there's a door in the room itself.
There's a door that you guys came through, and there's a door on the other side of the pool.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go check the door.
Alright, you check the door, it's unlocked.
Throws a dagger at the door to make sure it's not a minute.
It's just a door.
Opens up.
And you open it up, and looking through, there's
Pulls dagger from door as I walk.
a 50-foot long pathway, and you look to your left, and there's a staircase going down. And it's this large square room. You guys are on the upper level of this room.
But there's a stairway
Anything
going
else
down.
around?
There's a stairway going down, and then one more going down even further on the other side of the room.
Oh. Is there any doors or anything?
Looking across diagonally from where you guys are, there's one hallway on the left wall, and one on the wall across from you at the far end. Basically in the other corner opposite.
Well, let's check the hallways. Go for the closest one first. Peer in real quick. Son of a bitch.
What was that?
His
My
mod.
babe.
Oh,
I didn't hear anything break. So.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, I heard a thud, but
It's,
I didn't hear
it's just heavy.
Alright, so you're gonna go look in the hallways?
Yeah.
Alright, so you go walking around and come around the corner on this nice railing. It's almost like gold inlaid with different animal carvings along it. You go to the hallway, and there's a path going down to a large room.
Okay.
And you go around the corner to the other side of the other one. You look down, there's this large green statue, a large green sculpture carved into the wall. With a very angry face.
Who is it? What is it? Is it a monkey?
No, it's not a monkey.
Damn it. That was Wongo. Wongo? Wongo?
Yeah, Wongo.
Wongo.
Alright, do I recognize it? History check?
Make a history check.
Yes, 21.
No, you don't. It doesn't even look human.
I'm gonna investigate it and see if there's anything special, any
Okay.
Does it look like that?
descriptions, any
No.
buttons to press.
Pointing at the screen.
18.
Okay. As you walk over and you touch it, you guys see the room and everything in it just vanish into a veil of black. And you can't see anything. You put your hands on your face, you can't see your hands.
Hey guys, you still around?
Yeah, we're right here. Why?
gonna turn around and go exactly the way I came.
Okay.
Does it look like she's just walking around like?
You can't see her.
We can't
Oh,
see.
wow.
It's black. The hallway. The end of the room went black.
Well,
Like there's a black curtain across it.
I'm gonna.
Like magical
Roll.
darkness.
The D12.
D12, that's like this one.
Yeah, like an Ingram.
1.
You think you're walking and you feel that statue in front of you.
Okay.
You're a little off the side of it, but you're like, okay, that's right there.
So where'd you go?
I'm trying to find my way back. I turned around, but the statue's still in front of me. I don't know what's happening.
You turned, but not far enough.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Roll again.
10.
You start feeling your way turning, and you think you're heading that way, and you just feel a wall.
Okay, I'm gonna keep following the wall.
Which way? Left or right?
Left. Well, whichever way I think I've gone from.
It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Doesn't work
You're in
that way.
complete and utter darkness.
Yeah, there is no sight at all.
Well, I mean, you can still kind of.
No.
No,
like,
it's there is no
right,
vision of magical
right, no, but I'm
darkness.
saying you think you feel what direction you came from.
She doesn't know which direction she's going
So
though.
when you feel a wall, you might think you went left or right.
Right.
Doesn't matter what direction you actually went,
Right.
but you think you might have gone from the left. So you might go to the left. You might
You're
still be
gonna go
going
left?
further in, but
You're feeling along the wall, and it's just
Say-
very smooth stone.
whether you
Eventually you
can
reach
see
a
it or not,
corner.
you still have an internal
Wait, what?
A corner.
an
I'm
internal
gonna
thing
keep
that
going
tells
left.
you where you think you came from.
Okay.
Which way
Where
you
Eventually I go around the.
Kid,
I'll go completely around the
You,
room.
you can't figure out exactly
As-
where you're at, but you
I
think you
want to
know
like
where you
shout out. Am my voice getting louder or is it getting lower?
It sounds the same echo.
I can't tell.
Eventually, I mean, you're wandering, you're feeling around for quite a while. Make a wisdom save. Uh-huh.
I'm just staying put wherever I'm at.
You guys are like
Yeah.
towards the hallway.
Yep, I'm just staying put wherever I'm at.
So that's 11.
Okay, you eventually, you're feeling around, you feel a corner going outward from the room.
Okay, I'm gonna go out.
You go, as you guys see her is emerging from this black veil through the room.
Ah, there you are.
That was.
As she steps out, it dissipates.
Wow.
When the magical darkness dissipates?
Mhm.
No.
No, it touched the statue.
Well, there we go. Well,
Alright.
you went in and you touched the statue and came back. That didn't seem to have any effect on it.
The magical darkness happened when I touched the statue.
Oh, was
Yeah, it was
Oh,
magical
okay.
darkness. There was no seeing her. There was no seeing out.
Right,
anywhere
well, I
else.
thought that was already there before she did the statue. Oh, gotcha.
She walked in, touched it.
Gotcha. Right,
You wanna
yeah.
try?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so where are you guys gonna go?
I'd rather not be blinded.
Wait,
Like
I
that
will.
was.
Are you gonna walk in and touch it?
I can go in there and touch it because I can port right back out.
Yeah.
So then I'm not gonna move a muscle while you go in.
And
and
you
touch
walk in and you touch it, and again the room fills with darkness. There's no sight.
Well, I wasn't gonna touch it. Is there
Oh.
anything else in the room other than the statue?
No, it's just this face in the wall. It's probably about 6 feet high, 6 feet across.
Any doors?
Nope.
That's the one we walked through.
It's just this carving in the wall.
Are there any sounds after the darkness hits? Any,
No.
like clicks or anything? No. Okay. I'll just fucking cast the spell. Use the do that and port right back over there. Or...
Alright, so you touch it, it goes black.
Yeah.
Make your save.
Natural 20.
Oh, okay, you're fine. Roll it again.
17.
You're cleaner than you were when you went in.
Yes.
Clothes are all nice and pristine.
This necklace is amazing. You've got 4 charges left.
Yeah, the darkness is still filling the room, but he's back with you guys now.
Maybe we should go back and check the stairs.
Can't hurt. I mean, we already know this. Just
Makes it dark.
makes it dark so we can't see.
You have this hallway, the other hallway you came to before,
Mhm.
and the stairs
Okay.
going down.
Yep. Gonna head back toward the stairs.
Okay.
I'll follow back. So.
Alright, so you guys fall down. There's this large room in the bottom. At the bottom of it. Let's see, where's that section at? Section 45. Evil. Ah. As you guys descend down, at the bottom of the staircase, A resonant mechanical rumbling emits from the dark shaft opening in the middle of this chamber's floor. 4 cylindrical stone pedestals surround the shaft, each 10 foot tall, 5 foot wide, and featuring a shiny spot on the side. Squatting atop each pedestal is a 4-armed gargoyle.
Oh, God, it's my favorite.
Eyeballs from Barovia.
Probably not quite, but still, be wary. I come alive and try to kill you.
Alright. So
I'm not guinea pig this time.
I was gonna walk in and just I'm gonna investigate, but I ain't gonna like touch anything.
Okay.
You look without touching.
Hell yeah, for a second.
Just be like,
I'm gonna walk around the room just to see if anything happens.
You walk it around it, looking at them. There's just this large pit in the center with the 4 pillars. Nothing happens as you walk around it.
I'm watching
Anything in the
Jimothy
bottom of the
as
pit?
he approaches
You
the
look
pit.
and
I'm
you don't
watching
see
Jimothy.
anything down in there. It's just
I'm
straight
keeping my
black.
distance from him as I'm walking around.
Yeah, you look down
Don't you
and
worry, I'm keeping an eye on him.
you're just staring into this abyss.
I'm gonna walk to the edge of the pit.
Okay, you walk to it.
As I'm watching intently, wand of fireballs in hand.
The only
Hey,
bulbs got left.
Jimothy.
Is there anything else in the room? Another door? Nothing.
No, it's just where you guys are at, and then the staircase going up to the balcony as we're just at.
Okay. And I'm gonna head up.
Alright, and with that, we'll be taking our break. That's already almost 7 break.
Thank God.
We'll be back, gonna get drinks, grab something to smack on, and get back to the game.
Y'all are about to get severely fucked with here in a minute.
You really are, and you don't even know it.
No, not even like from you, from me.
Only I get chickens.
You done with that?
Alright, folks, with him going to the bathroom, we are back. Let's see. Oh, that's right. We left with Baxter and Timothy looking into the pit.
Yes.
And you're just looking in, and after a minute look, you feel like there's something staring back at you.
Oh. Alright. Can I
I'm gonna
see
back away from it.
Can I see anything at the bottom?
No, you can't even see the bottom.
Can't even see the bottom?
Nope.
My animal instincts tell me to back the fuck up.
Do they?
Yep.
I will take one step back.
Okay.
I'll take another.
You guys back away from the pit.
I'm looking around. Anything in the room?
Any other doors or anything?
Yeah.
On this floor, no.
No.
There's that one hallway up top, but that's about it.
Alright. I want to know what's at the bottom of this thing. Like, really bad.
I'm curious about it, or just I don't want to have man. I just hope it ain't big.
Give me 30 feet.
I'm gonna go towards the door, and you go over there on the other side of
So
the
we're
thing.
back
I'm
to
gonna
the
stand by the
staircase?
door. Or yeah, by the staircase.
As long as I've got my
Everybody moves away from you.
clear working space. We'll burn up a 6th level spell slot for this. But it's probably not worth it. I'm gonna cast Investiture of Stone,
Ooh.
which means a whole bunch of shit. But the most important one is I can move across difficult terrain made of earth or stone without spending extra movement. I can move through solid earth or stone as if it was air without destabilizing it. But I can't end my movement there. If I do so, I'm ejected to the nearest unoccupied space. And I'm stuck until my next turn. But for 10 minutes, I can move through stone.
Okay.
So,
Alright, so as you guys see Jimothy start sinking, roll on the table.
oh yeah, that's right. Whole reason for giving me space.
Yep.
Which is I regain 2d10 hit points.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, so going in the way you're facing, as you begin traversing your way down the stone, eventually you feel there's no more stone coming up beneath you.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick my face out.
You stick your face out, there's another room down below. Kind of like the one above you.
Is there anything that sticks out?
4 pillars in, but instead of the stairs being in the top corner up here, they're in the corner back behind.
Oh, so it's not
The
the
stairs that are
staircase.
being here, they're back here.
Is it connected to any of the staircases that would be on the floor that we're on?
Not entirely sure. All you see is this one room.
Okay. But there's nothing, like no creatures, no nothing staring at me.
There's a stair looking down, straight down from where you are. Straight ahead of you, there's a hallway.
Okay.
Then on your left, there's another hallway.
Okay.
The one on the left is looks like about 10 feet wide.
And then right above is the pit.
Above the pit is where they were.
Okay.
You went down about 60 feet before you got to this point.
Alright, well, I'll pop back up real quick.
So you guys see Jimmy just whoop, right back out of the ground.
What did you see?
But hello.
Hello. Do we have a way of getting down 60 feet? Because there's nothing down there. There's more hallways.
I got 100 feet of rope, and then we can anchor it, tie it down, do something, put it into the ground to where it doesn't move.
Because I no longer have my flying carpet, so.
Yeah. That's
If you go into
unfortunate.
the stone, can you hold the rope and just kind of stick it in the stone like 1 foot?
I
2
can
foot?
only do that for probably about 2 more minutes.
I know, but do you think you can just do it so where the rope will hold there?
I can't take anything with me.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Except the
So-
clothes on my back.
Alright, so
What good are you then?
Magic trick.
I did
No.
a magic trick, dude.
I suppose that's
Are you
fair.
not entertained?
I suppose.
Alright,
that's
Russell
fair.
Crowe. Great movie though.
Is there anything besides
One of my favorites.
No, it's just a straight hit all the way down. It's an opening all the way down. It was
Alright.
60 feet from the floor to the ceiling of where he was at.
Is there a spot where I can tie off?
No. Well, there's the
You
pillars,
had
but they're
to
20
be
feet away from the
a
pit.
steel
And it
stick.
was
That's
literally
fine, I got
looking at
Well,
the ceiling. There's another 60 feet from where you were at the ceiling, and he was
You can't fly.
about that
can
high
you?
up in the bottom of that room. It's 60
No.
feet before you got to that point.
Well, damn it.
That's only
I
80
got
feet. You got 100 feet of rope. We're good.
Yeah.
We have
20 feet.
something to tie it off to.
One of the pillars, 20 feet away.
Yeah.
We just tie it around one of those. That'll
We
give
still have
us.
80 feet to.
We
go
might have to
through
take a 10-foot drop.
Yeah.
10 to 20 foot.
And that's fine.
That's
10 is
what?
one.
How much per 10 feet?
1d6 or 10
1d6.
feet.
Okay.
So 12 at most.
12 d6 at most.
Yeah. No big deal.
Oh, darn.
That's not that much. He's got 150. He'll be fine.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Cannonball!
Yes.
No, no.
As I spit in my hand and. There.
You're not a
What?
very
As he does that, you hear this slight rumbling sound coming from above you guys.
Uh-oh.
Just a reminder of what we're up against.
So down below then.
I go down. Let's
go
go tie the rope.
You tie the rope to one of the pillars.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so it takes 5 feet to tie it around the pillar, and then another 20 feet to the hole,
Mhm.
and then just dropping it straight down and climbing down?
Yep.
Everybody make athletics checks as you climb down.
Okay.
Who's going first?
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Get mine out the way. Yellow is usually my friend. You said which one?
Athletics.
11.
Okay.
22?
12.
18.
23.
Alright, so you
That
guys,
should be an unnatural 20, but still.
I'll go up collectively what you guys get, and it's fairly decent descent. And you guys are looking, and you're hanging over the middle of this room. You can see the balcony going around as you guys start getting down closer. But you guys are just above that room. There's another pit down below you.
Does this never end?
Maybe. How you gonna get down?
I might need to.
I'm gonna. Well, how far to the ledge are we?
How far up are we?
You're 60 feet up.
From
Wait, no, it's 60.
from something we can land on?
You're about 30 feet up right now.
From something we can land on?
That's to the floor.
We had 100 feet of rope.
Yeah, I know. So about 20 feet to the floor,
Oh, okay.
and you got another 20 feet to the nearest balcony on either side.
But directly below us, we have something that we land on and we can just drop. If we just
If you
drop.
can drop down the right angle, you can miss the pit. Yeah,
Hmm.
because there's a pit straight down.
Can we
Like,
like swing back and forth and like jump off?
if you guys want to try that, go for it.
Who's above me?
Who's welcome?
I went
Who
last.
behind me?
I always
Well,
go
I guess
last.
we're in the
I was
middle
just wondering
somewhere.
who went, but who was above me?
Who's
Because I'm
the person
gonna
above him?
climb up a little. I'm gonna climb up on that person. I'm gonna jump off,
Oh.
using them as a little bit of leverage.
I'll do it since
I'll be
Okay.
the brick wall.
Make an acrobatics. Make a strength save. I'll say do it with disadvantage because you're hanging on.
Hanging onto a rope.
Uh huh.
Tied to another rope.
19.
That is.
Okay.
You said this.
Uh huh.
Man, thank you.
Alright, that would be a 13 then.
Oh, thank God for your strength.
Well, as he kicks off you, you lose your grip and fall. You make it
What?
to the balcony.
Fuck!
You only take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor. Because the
Did
way he
that
kicked
jo-
off you, you went down this way
Did
instead of
that
straight down.
jostle any of the rest of us off the rope?
Roll on any dex modifiers.
My bad.
Next mod.
Uh huh.
I'm at the top.
Natural 20.
7.
Jesus.
The two of you slide down into him as he kind of catches you guys on his shoulder, or she does.
And I'm just like, oh fuck!
It just no, you managed to stay on.
Wait, no, I figured I did it like a.
One of my hands is gonna
Like,
slip
you
off
just-
the rope.
Just like,
Grab
like,
a breast.
Nope.
Just be like, oops.
Are you good down there? Are you good up there?
I'm fine.
We're all still alive.
Squishy.
Well, that's good.
As you see, Baxter's over on the balcony.
Well, you made it over there. What are you doing over there anyway?
If we swing over there, is there enough for him to grab onto?
20. Barely. It would be just at 20 feet to the edge of the
So
balcony.
you have to like almost hyperextend himself to grab it.
Yeah.
Are you up to the challenge, chap?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh God, I hope so. Because if not, you better just grab the rope and hold on.
For dear life.
We just gotta time it and jump out just a little bit.
Are you gonna be swinging it?
We're all gonna be collectively swinging it.
Right.
Okay, so I'd say roll an acrobatics with advantage. Roll athletics.
Got you. 22.
Okay.
You can do it! Swing hard! Follow through!
15.
It takes a minute for him to get going long enough. Because you're sitting down on the ground floor just watching this. As he's just like,
Huh. Swinging.
and it takes a few minutes for him to get enough momentum, and all of a sudden, Baxter grabs the bottom of the thing, he's hanging onto the rail, giving you guys just enough room to hop down.
I'm
saying-
gonna run!
And you guys all work your way back down to where
Torlin.
Torlin's at. And he's just kind of standing there watching you guys do all this.
Good work, people. Good work.
But
Yep.
there's, up at the staircase, you guys saw
Says
this.
the person who hasn't been here forever.
Going up the staircase
It was
on the
probably
left
my
side,
fault.
Possibly.
Going up the staircase, looking at the back at the staircase on the left side, there's a 10-foot wide hallway. Then straight across from where you guys are, there's another 5-foot hallway going forward.
Go for the 10-foot.
Okay.
10-footer.
Alright, so you guys work your way back, go up the stairs, and going down this hallway is 10 feet across. About 15 feet in, there's 2 little alcoves carved into the wall. About another 20 feet down, there's a hallway that goes to the right and double doors straight ahead.
Always double doors. Always.
Fancy.
Alright.
Double doors is in boom boom or double doors is in.
I think we should check out the small hallway first and then go through the hallway.
Probably. Unless the
Whenever they say
the
double
side
doors,
door.
I think of the cathedral doors.
Yeah, the big ones just
Yeah.
double
Open from the center.
That's the side door leads to our death, but you know. Or another cursed child you do not speak to. You do not speak to.
You're not something a pessimist.
I'm sorry that I'm the one that's slowly wasting away while we're
As a
dilly-dallying
woman,
with some human
responsible.
somewhere.
We're very
Just because you're dying doesn't
concerned
give you the
about
right
you.
to be a dick.
But you're not
Just
gonna
because he
get
doesn't have one anymore.
better simply from
So
complaining about
much
everything.
entitlement.
As slowly as I am wasting away, there are other people that are wasting away 4, 5, 6 times as fast as me.
If
Yeah,
you
but I
go
don't know,
together,
so I
they're
don't
gonna
really
make us
care.
go faster. So let's go!
So you're part of the problem.
You're the only one I care about.
You're the only one stopping us from moving forward right now, so.
I'm gonna go behind Erebon and kind of like push him
Let's
forward,
move
hands on
on.
the shoulder, and just kind of rub his shoulder like, Woosah, relax,
So, yeah, the
let's
shoulder
go.
touch,
Just to
Oh.
step 20 feet forward.
He appears right there with you.
But like, I can't save the world. I'm just gonna try to save
He's gonna bring
I'm
one
gonna try to
creature.
save as many people as I can.
I see they're going
Some
for the double
of them
doors or
don't
for the
get
side
saved.
hallway.
They said the side
Some of
hallway.
you may die.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
but
guys are walking in
there's at
there.
least one person that I can trust that can watch deep, and she may already be dead.
I don't think so.
Alright, so we're going down the little hallway real quick and check it out, see what's over there.
Side hallway. The 4 columned pillars jut out from the walls, beneath which a stone sarcophagus rests in the wall at recess. 4 cement frogs masked hanging near in the niche around the sarcophagus. Beneath the mask, humanoid bones are strewn across the floor. To the east side, a large carving of the tentacled frog monster squats above the shrine. Offerings lie on the shelf before it. 4 rectangular frescoes adorn each adjacent wall.
What are the offerings at the statue or whatever?
It's just different things. One of them has a necklace in it. One of them has what looks like it was food rotted away.
Okay.
You know, it's just different things that were brought here.
Do you remember that little warning from the beginning of the cave? That involved the do not speak to the cursed.
That wasn't in here.
Because I don't think that applies here.
No, that was back in. He told you about that because it's in the Temple of the Night Serpent.
Oh.
Where we were before, where he was ignoring the one child, like,
No, that was before this.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, I know we got the warning before that, but it applied there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it applies here.
I don't know if there was another part to it or anything.
I don't know. Either.
Okay.
Maybe we should sacrifice it.
I'm just gonna kind of search the room around a bit.
Make an investigation.
18.
Going around, there's the different spots of the offerings, and there's the 4 frog masks, and then there's the sarcophagus. That's all that's in here.
Okay.
No inscriptions.
Nope. All right. Actually, as Irvine enters the room, you hear in the back of your head. Let's see. These bowls. They're in some way a key to opening the sarcophagus. Pay close attention to them.
So, what do the statues appear to look like again?
They're these
Like,
frog-like
are they all-
tentacle monsters.
Are they in different positions or?
No, there's the 4 frog masks, and there's the one big statue above it. Then off the side there's just 4 pillars basically with a bowl attached to the top of them.
Do I notice any sort of patterns in the room at all?
No, there's no patterns. There's only the one statue on top of the sarcophagus, and the 4 frog masks hanging out.
And the 4 bowls.
Yep.
So the way forward has something to do with the bowls. What are the frog masks each different? Do they have a different expression on them, or?
They're all exactly the same.
Are there like, there's 4 offerings too, right?
Each bowl has a different offering.
Okay.
What's in each bowl?
Most of them is like food that's been rotten away. One of them's a necklace.
What kind of necklace?
It looks like just almost like a tribal beaded necklace with feathers. But it looked like there was feathers on it.
In front of which one?
It's top right corner bowl.
Can I just touch the necklace without picking it up?
Yeah, you touch it.
Touch it and then identify it, see if there's anything on it.
There's no magic to it. It's just a very old necklace.
So they're all just old offerings.
Would I have any ideas of what kind of offerings could be placed in these bowls?
Make a history check with disadvantage. Because you're not familiar with this culture.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
make
make.
bronze coin.
I'm gonna make a history check to see if I recognize anything.
Oh,
14.
21.
You're going for the culture?
Trying to figure out if I can have any idea of what that offering to give. Yes.
Get the idea. It looked like people just brought what they had with them. And what was yours?
It was a history
14.
check as
And
well.
for-
History check just to see if I knew anything about the culture itself.
You know
or
that a lot of times when offerings were made to these gods, they were worn with some kind of representation of that god. It was done with some kind of representation.
Okay, which one are we at presently?
Monkey, I think.
No.
No.
There's
Frog.
the 4 frog masks hanging next to the giant tentacle frog thing on the statue.
Do I
The one
recognize
that revealed itself to me, I believe.
No.
No, which one? No, which one was that?
Yours was
A cat?
the cat with the,
The
snakes
cat,
coming
right,
out of
right,
its
right,
legs.
right.
Yeah.
I got a monkey. You got a cat.
You got a snake.
You got a snake. You haven't gotten
Haven't
one.
gotten one yet.
No.
Yeah, we got it.
Alright, so.
Have you
Yeah, the
observed
rituals.
anything?
You know the rituals performed to the old Amuan gods
Mhm.
was usually done with the people making the offering having some physical representation of that god on them as they're making the.
And I want to make a check to see if I recognize the god that's there, the frog-like with tentacles.
Through the ring, I'm gonna add.
22.
I'm gonna tell
You
her-
recognize this as Nang Nang the grunge.
Through the ring, I tell her to
The frog
approach
god.
one of the. I'm gonna tell her to approch one of the bowls
What do I
to
know
see if
about
anything
it?
happens.
Oh, I already put in a coin. Dude.
Nothing happened.
But nothing happened.
Yours.
Aside from the name, is there any other info that I recall?
You know he's a
about
cruel and selfish god.
it? Okay. So just telling everybody that basically that his name and he's cruel and selfish, all about himself, obviously.
I already got the monkey, dude. Not cruel, but I am selfish.
The one you have is violent and deranged.
Well,
Deranged, yeah.
violence isn't always cruel.
No. But yeah, so you get this sense of all that. You remember all that, and I'm guessing you relay it all to him.
Yeah,
What
that's
else do
what
I
I was
see
trying
around? Do I
Yeah.
see any? So there's nothing indicating anything.
There's the statue, 4 frog masks hanging next to it, and then the 4 bowls.
What are the four? What? I guess what do the 4 frog masks look like?
Just like frogs' faces.
maybe we all need to put on a mask.
As I go and reach for one of the frog masks,
You take it up and hold this frog mask in your hand.
put one out, put it on.
When you feel the class just hooking themselves around your head, not latching on permanently, just enough to hold it onto you.
Yeah, I'll put one on.
Okay.
That leaves you two.
This is 3.
Well, wait, no, I made an offering, so I might as well.
Okay.
Okay, so that leaves one of you two.
I was gonna make an offering. I don't know. Goats eat anything. I actually have goat horns. Where I got those snake heads, those Commandant snake heads. So violent too. But I'll do an offering, and just place down 2 platinums.
Okay.
I'll see what he's doing and put down 4 plat. Just so I have put something in the hole.
Okay.
Were you gonna put on the
I
last
can
one?
put in
You
one
want me
copper.
to? You want to play rock paper scissors for it?
No, I already put.
Yeah, he grabbed one of the mats already.
Oh, okay.
What are you making as an offering? And what are you doing as an offering? Okay.
So am I supposed to be violent and deranged then?
No, yours just you don't give a shit about your teammates.
Okay.
I act
But
I'm
the-
concerned for the well-being of others.
But the god is.
God is violent and range.
Gotcha.
Think
So,
Loki on that.
so basically, you see enemy, you kill enemy.
I guess
You have no,
whole
you have no
piece is-
concern for
Alright, so
where
you
it's
guys
at.
drop them all in there. As you hear each of the offerings drop into the bowls, you notice this as they're going in. Each of the tentacles lift up from the sarcophagus.
Oh.
Okay. And go over and open it up and tell everybody, hey, it unlocked. Walk over and open the sarcophagus up.
Let's see. Let's see. Read the rest of the ritual real quick. Here we go. As you do it now, you hear the loud sound of the tentacles moving up as your offerings are absorbed into the bowls. Inside the sarcophagus, as it opens up, there's a pair of bracers, 12 arrows that are glowing in a rotten leather quiver.
I like that.
Or reach for the arrows that are glowing in the quiver.
Share.
Just gonna grab the quiver with the arrows in it.
And so you grab and pick it up, and they're almost have this radiant glow to them.
Identify them.
See, the other arrows of radiance. See, each arrow shatters on impact, dealing 1 piercing damage extra on hit. No, wait, no, it's one piercing damage and 1d6 radiance.
I'll look over at Baxter. How many are in there?
12.
12. I already have the sword. You take the arrows.
But there are still the bronze bracers that are in there.
I will take those next and identify them.
And inside of there, there's also a warning, an inscription underneath those.
Ooh. Okay, what's the inscription say?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Gnomish, and Undercommon.
You can't understand it.
Abyssal, common, and elvish.
Nope.
Halfling?
Nope.
Common and
Does anyone
dwarvish.
have comprehend languages?
Wait, what was the
Not
language I
prepared.
need
I'll
to
have to take a nap.
understand?
What languages do you have again?
I got Celestial, Draconic, and Giant.
Then didn't we add? We're supposed to add one onto yours too.
Oh, yeah.
Amuin.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah, from the deity. That was
Baxter, do you recognize this language?
Fixing the pig, I just lost it.
It's kind of foggy on it, but I think he does.
Okay.
Don't ask him to speak it, but read it.
I don't care if you speak as long as you can recognize it. Tell me what the fuck this says.
That would
Is
be
it the language on the Amuin?
Mm-hmm. The ring. It says. As you read, it says the ring is a path to another tomb. The dead abhor its sunlight. Only a jewel can tame the frog. Bow as the dead god intoned. Into the darkness descend.
What in God's name does that mean?
It sounds like a riddle.
We gotta go deeper. Yeah. Because there's another pit on the floor.
Identify the gauntlets to see what they do.
The bracers are bracers of archery.
Rangers of what?
Archery. You tune to them, and they give you, I believe, +1 to your archery. It's 1 +1 or +2. I have to look it up.
Like,
Are they
Yeah.
cursed or not?
No, there's no curse on them.
I will trade you for those.
Would you like these? What?
How many slots do you have open?
That's why I want to
Yeah,
trade
they
something
require
for it.
attunement.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, I got those other bracers, the ones of defense. Where's that?
my attunement slots are full as well.
And then
So
flame tongue.
Mine are too with them.
And then you can't. Do you use longswords? Can you use them?
I look at test. Right?
Excuse me.
You've been wanting to use ranged weapons, correct?
Would that help her with the crossbows?
Yeah, it's +2 to range attacks.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
So that'll help you hit better.
Can you? No. No longer.
It'll be.
Longsword.
Yeah, it's stable. No, you're good.
I was like, wait a minute.
Just make sure I don't get
She's
it.
wanting to get better with her crossbow. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 2 rangers already. The
Yeah.
3rd that pops in and out. We don't need. I just gave you radiant arrows. I have a radiant sword. I need
Yeah,
to
those do
her
one
too,
do an extra 1 piercing damage and 1d6 radiant on top of the regular damage.
on top of the normal damage. So it's a
Yeah.
D8 plus a D6.
Plus
or
1.
Plus a 1. And then plus.
With the regular damage,
So
you
it'd be
roll
a
for
D8, so a D8 is the regular damage.
plus a d6
Plus a
radiant,
D6 radiant.
plus 1.
Plus
It
and
then whatever his
special
plus
weapons
is.
or simple weapons. I'll look up if you said longsword. Jay,
Huh?
you were asking
Yeah, I'll see
about
if you can do
longswords.
longswords.
Yeah,
Are
you
those,
can.
are those simple or martial?
Go for Marshall.
Marshall, are you sure?
But they're also finesse, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So also strength or dex. It's
You can use them.
when you attack with those, it's a d8 if you're using it one-handed, a d10 if you're using it two-handed.
Yep, and then whichever one is higher, your dex or your strength, you can go off of that.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys gonna do anything else in here?
Is there anything else in the room?
Make an investigation.
21.
You guys see as one of the tentacles moved, there's a hole in the wall about this big around.
For a key?
Is it for a key? Is it the keyhole or
It's
is
just
it
a round hole.
people? What's the end of the?
The key?
Yeah.
The key looks like a regular key. It's about this big around.
Okay.
The hole's like this big around.
Sure.
Go
But
ahead and
that doesn't mean that the lock isn't inside the hole.
looking inside, you see there's these 4 cat statues with looks like snakes coming out of their necks, one in each corner.
This is Aragon's.
And there's a tomb that looks like it's in the middle of a boat in the center of the room.
This is Aragon's room.
What? Let me have a look.
You look inside there and you see the cats with the snakes and the large boat sitting in the center of the room on a pedestal. We're almost like on a dais with the sarcophagus in the center of the boat.
So I like stumble back and reach and grab out that thing, just confirm what I'm
Looking
seeing.
at it and looking in the hole, and it looks the same.
Is it stone?
Yeah.
Mold earth. Well, actually, because it's right behind his thing, isn't it? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna mess with that. We can find a different way.
Yeah, do we see any way into the room from?
Yeah, thinking back, there's a hallway that led that way
Oh,
from the main room.
we can just get
Start
back
to
in
mold earth and immediately stop. Because I'm like,
You
yeah.
start like, oh shit, wait.
There's a whole way back that way that we can.
Absolutely.
do it that way.
Okay, so you guys work your way back around and looking at. Haha! As you guys go down to the end of the hallway, a huge carving of a snarling jackal's head protrudes from the wall at the end of this corridor. The chamber is visible through the gaps between its fangs.
Man.
Like you can see inside of its mouth a little ways, but not all the way through.
Right.
If you told me 100 years ago that we'd be dealing with a strange gods in another land, I would have told you you're insane. As I take out the idol and just kind of look at it.
Yeah, the carving on the wall is a jackal, not the cat.
Right, but I'm just like trying to look through the.
And you're looking inside there, and you see a little ways, and it's solid on the other side, but you can see light flickering from the other room.
Do I see any way to open the thing?
Make an investigation.
21.
There's a keyhole inside the jackal's mouth.
Timothy, you have a key. try that. Try.
I'll hand it to him.
I'll try that key in the.
You stick your hand in. I need you to turn the key. Here, and the jackal's mouth starts closing slowly.
Get the key back. Get the key back.
You pull the key out and
Put the key back in.
I'll try and turn it the other way.
it doesn't turn that way.
So, hmm.
You start turning. You turn the key, and the jackal's mouth starts closing.
Just let it have it. It's fine. You've won this round, statue.
And you do it, and the jackal's mouth starts closing as you pull your hand out. And as soon as it closes, the door moves back and then slides up, revealing the room. 4 torches illuminate the stone sphinx crouched in the corners of the 15-foot high room. The torches cast flickering light across the hieroglyphs carved into the tiled floor. At the center of the room, a gold-inlaid funeral barge stands atop a 3-foot tall stone dais. Resting on the deck of the barge is a small golden sarcophagus decorated with horned rabbits. A dark shaft opens in the ceiling above the barge.
No, they're familiars in this game.
The horny rabbit.
Jackalopes.
I'm gonna make my way into the room then.
It's a bunny rabbit, a unicorn.
Right.
That's a thing. Okay, so as you go walking in, you see that on this tomb, the inlays on there carved into it are the same god same as the idol you have. Just like looks like it's running around the edge of it.
Gotcha.
I'll just put my hand on the sarcophagus.
As you touch the sarcophagus, you start hearing a loud stone shifting noise echoing from all around.
Oh. Man, what did you do?
I don't know.
Man,
Oh.
what did you do? What have you done?
And I've still got my hand on the sarcophagus. I'm just looking around to see if I can see where the sound's coming from.
Notice where they're all standing in the path you walk, the glyphs on the floor lit up.
And do they say
Looking
anything?
down, you
They're
see-
just different symbols.
What does it mean?
The one Jimothy's on is that of a snake. Baxter's is that of a vulture. Tessa's a staff. For Torrens, it's a foot. And the path you walked across, there's a beetle right underneath you.
Is there a monkey anywhere?
Is there any sort of pattern or any other symbols along the walls or anything that I can see?
The other symbols on the floor, looks like reeds and a gate.
I hate these floor puzzles, dude.
So let me get this straight again. They're standing each by on a symbol,
Yeah.
and where are we in that room?
You guys be right along here, and you're right up here. So the path you walk's glowing, and these 4 symbols are glowing.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Do I have any clue as to what that might mean?
Make an insight check.
With the floor lighting up underneath us, we can see this as well, right?
Yeah, you guys see the floor lighting up underneath you guys.
Well,
You have no idea.
okay, anyone have any ideas?
I'm looking.
What did
That's
you
a
roll?
natural 20.
Roll it again. What are you looking for?
I'm
Just
trying to see if I like
figure
recognize
something out.
anything or figure out like what this is. 4.
20 followed by a 4.
You notice that the 4 Sphinx have something glowing on their chests.
So,
How far away are
symbol that
those?
are lit up on the
Let's
floor?
see, there's
Or what are the?
they're in the corners, so they're about 20 feet. The 2 closest are about 20 feet to either side, and the other 2 are in the opposite corners of the room.
Can we see what symbols are displayed on them?
Hey, Daphne.
21.
That gives you
God damn.
advantage, so she's gonna help you.
I'm gonna look at myself.
21.
Hit 9. I can't see on my perception.
Where am I rolling 11 with this thing?
Unnatural.
Not like that.
Okay, so 3 of you notice that the one in the far back corner behind you guys on the right has the symbol of the staff lit up. The one in the far left corner in the back has the snake. The one in the top right corner that has one faintly glowing, but not the one in the center, is the
Staff,
gate.
the snake, the gate.
And the one in the top left has the beetle.
The staff, the snake, the gate, and the beetle. Perhaps we need to all be standing on one of those. Well, 4 of you need to be standing on at least one of those.
Are we on one of those right now? Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna move him and go stand on the snake.
Okay, so
Kind of push him out because you're on the
I'm
snake.
on the snake.
And I have snake cover.
Well, there's not one for a monkey, so I'm gonna go what's lit up and not occupied.
let's see. The gate, the snake, the staff, and the beetle. The beetle was the one that wasn't lit up.
Okay.
Wait, no, the beetle was the gate that wasn't lit up.
The gate's not lit up? Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there.
The nearest one's next to this one statue. You stand on it and you look across the way and it lights up.
Okay. And what is it?
It's the gate.
Well,
As they go and get in position, you hear this coming from in front of you.
I look in front of me to see the sarcophagus. See if it looks
The
like it
four-
opened.
The 4 corners are glowing.
And try to open the sarcophagus.
Make a strength check.
So that's what, +2? Was a +4. Now +2. 14.
You're pushing it, and you feel it sliding a little bit, but it's like the latch isn't all the way disengaged from it.
I'm gonna look around to see what else might be lit up that's not being occupied.
Make a perception.
I think you're just not strong.
22?
Bruh.
If anything's not occupied.
All the 4 that are occupied are lighting it up, but it's like there's another part of the release to this.
Are there any other symbols, like either in front of me or around me, that look like that could need to be occupied to
The
release?
4 symbols on the Sphinx are all lit up. It's like part of the latch let go, but not the whole mechanism's released.
I guess I will try to investigate the sarcophagus to see if there's another release somewhere, or some other symbol maybe even.
Maybe we need to run around the room, like, keep the empty, because the line was running around, looks like it's running around.
16?
You don't feel a mechanism in there.
Maybe we need to be by the line. What is that?
Seems like it's almost releasing, but not quite. Must still be missing something. I'm gonna try again just to push it open.
What's all in the room?
There's the symbol tiles, the funeral barge in the center of the room that he's touching.
Yeah.
And there's the 4 Sphinx statues, one in each corner.
Yeah.
Each one has a symbol glowing in the center of the chest.
See anything
Why not
around
go up and
the,
try pushing the symbols on the chest?
Which one are you gonna do? Because they only light up if you're standing on that symbol.
No, I'm telling him.
Oh,
I yelled it to him. Why not try and go and see if you can push the symbols? I don't know. What else?
Before that, does it look like the boat that's on the dais is something that could be climbed into, or is it just a little statue?
yeah, there's room around the boat. It's an actual funeral barge with a sarcophagus in the center of it.
I'm gonna try climbing into the funeral barge.
You climb into it, and you're standing inside this little wooden boat.
Cool.
You're on a boat.
You look
Come on,
like a
a boat.
10-year-old.
Climb out and try what he suggested and going over and see if one of the
You walk
Statue.
over and you start touching it, and the symbol feels warm, but it doesn't feel like it pushes.
Slide, move, anything. Do the ring.
Do the symbols come off?
Can't do anything.
Switch places with the barbarian and have him try to open it.
what symbol you're standing on.
He's not breaking.
not the gator snake.
The foot.
Yeah, I was on the foot.
You're on the foot.
It's on the foot.
And what all the symbols that are
What
on
do
the
I
monkeys?
need? I need, yeah.
The monkey statues.
There's no monkey statue here.
Well,
Sphinx.
the not the
Sphinx.
same statues.
The snake, the foot, and the staff.
Okay.
Oh, so I am on one.
Okay.
She's on the staff. You're on the foot.
And you're on the
Gate.
gate.
Snake. but I said swap with him because he's stronger than you.
You said there was one that was there was another symbol that we could see on one of the statues that wasn't lit up.
It was very faintly glowing.
What was that symbol?
That one, it looks like almost like a pedestal with an orb sitting on it. There's a couple. There's like 4 of those symbols around the rooms.
Stay where you are. I'm gonna try to step on one of the symbols.
And so you step on it, and it lights up, and you see the other symbol light up on all 4 of the statues.
I'll try to open the sarcophagus now.
As soon as you step up here,
Ha!
How far away is it from me? The sarcophagus.
about 15 feet.
So I'll step back on the symbol. And
I can cast Mage Hand.
that's what I was going to see. I was going to ask you to cast Mage Hand to see if we could open the sarcophagus.
So you cast it, and the lid goes.
Was it?
Alright, well, it's open now, so I guess we can get off.
Okay.
So I'll go back over to the sarcophagus and check what's inside.
As you walk over, you feel that little figure in your pocket pulsing.
Pull the
And
Pull the
China
finger
will
out.
gone.
You feel, and you start feeling this nauseous feeling. Make a Constitution saving throw.
find one.
You manage to hold down your food as you feel something leaving your body.
That doesn't sound
Did you wet yourself?
good.
It's through your chest.
Do you still have boobs?
Yeah, you still have boobs.
Do you see anything
You don't see anything,
other than him going like?
but the Sphinx all start shifting position. They all start facing clockwise around the room.
Ah! Well,
Let's go.
I have no idea
As
what's going
that
on.
happens, you
What
look to
is
the
it?
left side of the room and a door opens.
Oh, well, I guess we open the door.
Is there something beyond the door?
Yes, there is.
Was there anything in the sarcophagus?
No.
Oh, okay.
So heading toward the door.
I'm like,
Front door
oh,
foe.
that feels weird. I don't know what happened, but something felt like it left me.
Sounds like a
Not your boobs.
No, those are so loud.
Oh, thank God. I mean, oh.
Yes.
Okay. You guys go look. It's this narrow pathway, probably about like 3 feet across. And it's like 3 feet wide.
Nice.
So what? Say again.
There's a narrow pathway about 3 feet wide. It's from floor to ceiling,
Well,
How tall is that?
Yeah.
about 15 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Tocha told the room was when his first went in there, 15 foot high.
We forgot.
Clearly.
Alright. You want to head first? You're the smallest. You can like skip through here. We gotta kind of like.
This is like a field trip.
I have to sidle.
So I mean, you just walking through. You just kind of like start working your way in there. She just walks right on in.
file.
As you come through, you see there's this 15 foot wide by 5 foot across room. The path goes forward, or there's another narrow passage that looks like it's about your size that goes into the wall to the north side.
Do you guys want to hang out in here while I check out this narrow passage?
Sure.
Sure.
Or is it possible for you guys to come with me? Can they go?
They can try.
We can.
We'll wait for you.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, so you start working your way through. It gets to be where it's a bit of a tight fit for you as you're working your way around this. It goes up and it curves around,
Take it for halfling.
and then it curves back around, and then curves again, then comes down into this room. In this room,
I hope
see,
you remembered all that.
with a loud grinding noise, actually, no, that comes second. You see in this room, there's this small green brazier with this almost like smoking green liquid inside of it on this pedestal.
What is it?
It's like a bowl on the top thing with this liquid in there that has almost like green smoky flames coming off of it. On the pedestal, there's these 4 little nubs sticking off the sides.
Don't measure.
Nubs. Touch the nubs?
Yeah, they're big enough for you to grab onto.
Not hot or nothing.
Can
They're actually cold to the touch.
I move them in any way?
Make a strength check.
1.
Roll it again.
You're gonna drop that
She's
shit
gonna go.
on you.
You go to try and snap. The first 2 snap off in your hands. It's all rotten wood.
Oh no.
It's like,
You're just like,
oh, fuck.
Oopsies.
No, let's not tell them about that. I'm gonna
Immediately hide
investigate
the
to see if there's
evidence.
anything else in there.
There's the other two sneaking off of it.
Any symbols or anything?
Yeah, nothing.
Is there any
This gold?
insignia?
There's no insignias, no markings, just the handles that were on this pedestal.
And I'm close enough to them to speak through the ring.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I'm in this room. There's a pedestal. It's got two nubs coming off of it. And it's got this bowl on top with this swirling green liquid with like smoke coming off.
Is there a door?
Why not try to like burn
Nothing
something to
anywhere.
see if you can catch the fire, or if you got a jar.
Is
put
the
some
bowl
liquor.
stationary, or is it part of the pedestal, or can you separate it from the pedestal?
Can I pick it up?
You go to lift, and it's not made of the same material, but you're lifting it, and it's just not moving.
It's really heavy.
Okay. What about the numbers? Can you do anything with those?
I tried that.
What happened?
What do you mean try?
There were 4 nubs.
Oh,
Gotcha.
so you broke 2 of them off.
Why not grab one of those pieces and see if, what happens when you burn it with that
Okay,
fire?
I'm gonna put it in the
You put it in there, and it's looks like flames, but it's just smoke.
smoke.
It's moving as if it were flames, but it's just smoke.
And it's like, how does it feel? Like, does my arm get like warmer as it's close?
Get a stick in there. Play with it.
There's no feeling coming from it. No heat, no cold.
Okay, so this stuff inside this bowl is just smoke, and it's not hot. It feels like nothing. Should I?
You got anything you can put it in? Bring some out.
I don't have anything. Do you guys?
Is
see
it
any-
an illusion?
How do I test for that? I don't know any magic.
Perhaps you could just stick something else in. What did the nub react to whatever it is inside the bowl?
No,
this
it says
smoke,
that
no.
there's nothing in there. I'm gonna. Okay, is there any clues like in the room you guys are in? Can you look around there and see if there's anything?
Roll investigation.
Rolling an investigation.
18.
Unnatural 20.
18.
23.
You guys look at the southern wall. It looks like the seam that goes around the wall.
Well, start knocking.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a seam here. Not sure.
I'm gonna
if
look
it's
for a
connected with that.
switch or some other kind of
Gives
mechanism.
him advantage.
That's your advantage on that.
That's a 19 with a base. 24.
You still have advantage on it.
Oh, let's try to roll a 20. Oh, yeah. That's another 19 though. No.
Roll it in the box.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's 24. Yeah, whatever.
You're getting the feeling that the two are connected.
Gotcha.
So we start.
Is there anything
Checking
on the
out where
floor?
I was
in the
looking
room
for
you're
a
in?
switch though.
I've
or
been
something.
looking
You're just doing the bowl she's seeing and the wall are connected.
Oh, gotcha.
Is there anything on the floor that, like any designs or lines or?
Can I try putting a piece of gold in?
Okay, you're gonna drop a piece of gold in. As soon as you drop it in, you see it start bubbling and the coin just melts into the liquid and vanishes.
If there's anything happening
Does
with
it
the door.
anything happen on our end?
Okay, so I dropped a piece of gold in there and it vanished. Like
You'll
it
mark a
bubbled
piece of
up.
gold out of your money.
Yeah.
I should plus what you put in for the sacrifice.
Right.
Do we?
Is there anything on the floor near the brazier?
You guys looking at it? No. I'm gonna
No
try
lines
turning
or
it
anything?
again.
Which way are you gonna turn it? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
What way was the thing, the spiral?
Wait, that's a check.
Oh my god.
The sphinxes were counterclockwise.
Oh, they're clockwise.
So 8.
There's a counter.
You don't know.
I'm gonna go back and check.
And so you squeeze your way through, and about 5 minutes you see her pop back out of the hole in the wall, and walk back in there and look around. The sphinx are all facing clockwise around the room.
We could have
Okay, I'm gonna
just.
turn it clockwise.
Then you go walk, you squeeze your way back all the way through, and make a strength check.
That's better than the last one.
Well, plus 5, 17.
You manage to grab the other two and turn it a quarter turn clockwise, and you guys hear a click as the wall starts opening.
Well, I don't know what you did, but you did it. It worked.
As they hear that, you hear a slight grinding noise coming from the pathway you came from.
gonna look and check at the.
You go. Are you going back through it?
No, I'm just looking.
It just looks like the same hallway, with, like, but the hall curves a different direction now.
I'm gonna go through.
And as you come walking through, scooting through there, you guys see her come out another hole in the wall.
Oh, hi. Peekaboo. So the curvature turned.
Eldritch Blast.
Alright, I'm gonna go back and try to turn it again.
You go back and then you turn it back.
You step through the door before she does.
Yeah, the wall closes behind you guys, and you hear the same, hear a different grind as you look inside, and the hall's curving back the way it originally was.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put it back.
You put it back and you go back on
Put 'em
through.
in. Okay, guys, hi.
Okay,
So,
there we go. As you guys start walking into the next room, still puddles of water cover the floor of this 15-foot wide hallway. The walls are slick with moisture and set with murals showing animal-headed humanoids in armor, most of which appear to be brandishing real weapons hanging from the walls. 3-foot-high crawlways in the east wall is flush with the floor. At the end of the hallway, a rippling, transparent curtain of water fills the stone archway. Beyond the curtain, you see another hallway that looks similar to the one one in which you stand.
Do any of the statues look like they're wielding a bow?
No, they're all spears and swords.
You are gonna rob a grave. What's wrong with you?
What? Spears and swords.
So, roll investigations or history.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look to. I'm gonna investigate
Investigate
the
the
statue.
water.
Natural 20.
Okay, roll it again. You're feeling good tonight.
13.
16.
Okay.
16. To investigate the statues.
Investigation. That would be 15.
She was helping me investigate, so I rolled an
You're
advantage.
doing one
I
too.
got
Oh,
a 16.
They're all doing
Okay.
opposite.
As you guys go walking on, you're looking at the reflection. See, one of them has a crystal eye in the eye socket. None of the others do. One of the
Just one of them does?
just one of the carvings has a crystal in the eye socket.
wasn't there a crystal spot? A spot for crystal earlier? In the bathroom?
I don't think so.
I don't think that statue
No.
had anything.
I'm gonna take a look, take a closer look at that statue with the crystal eye, though. Look for any inscriptions or something that might move, or if it's got another orifice that needs another crystal.
No, it's a picture. It's like the carving of a human with like a tiger's head. It looks like a human's body holding a spear that's sticking out of the wall. Its left eye socket has the crystal in it.
Is there anything? Is its right eye socket empty, or is it just
Stone.
carved eye? Okay. Can the spear be removed from its hand?
Make a strength check.
I'm gonna reach for the crystal.
Uh,
I just say I reach for it like to touch,
Touch it. You're right. You feel it's smooth crystal.
Just smooth crystal.
so that's a whopping 4. I'm just gonna.
You're like, it's not even moving.
You
Can the
said
crystals
what
be
else?
Switched out.
Oh, I'll wait.
Oh, good.
Go for it.
Well, you said that you were looking at a statue, or
You look at the carving. It has a crystal eye. He was feeling the eye. He was trying to pull the spear out of his hand.
well,
Is there anything behind it that we can see?
It's carved into the wall.
Okay. Anyway, what's directly across the hallway from it?
It's another statue carved into the wall. These things line the walls.
Right, but is it identical, or is it a different statue, or
It's
okay?
completely
So they
identical.
all have a crystal eye then?
No, it's this one has a crystal eye, but they're all holding spears and swords that are coming out of the wall.
I want to investigate to see if it looks like any of them shift or move like it.
They're all just carved into the wall itself.
Okay, so there's nothing that looks like it moves
Yeah.
out or anything else. Okay.
I'm gonna try
Can,
again to tug at the spear.
what about
Eye be
the
removed?
Welcome to try.
For 14.
anything in the water on there that I was investigating?
What part of the water?
Yeah.
You look at the water, and it's very still puddle lining the floor, and at the far end there's that wall of water at the other. What looks like water at the end of the hallway.
Would that be a strength check?
Yeah.
17.
Comes right out, and it's this perfectly round crystal.
Airvine, you want to identify this?
Now you
one?
walk up to that one. Looks like running water at the end of the hallway, and it's
Yeah.
almost like a mirror.
We'll identify the crystal.
It's just a crystal.
It's just a stone.
Can I tell whether it's magical quality or not?
There's no magic to it.
No, I know
It's not magic quality.
Okay.
there anything
Just crystal.
magical about this mirror light?
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah, throw it back to you.
Oh, bad. Look like you can't throw it away. but
No.
it's pretty. Trade this for somebody. Is it a crystal or is it like a certain type of stone? Or
It's
19.
crystal quartz.
Okay.
You get the feeling there's something magic going on here.
Identify the statue.
It's stone.
No magic properties to it.
And down the hallway, there's like curtains.
It looks like a curtain of water going across, and you see him down there. And you walk to it, and it looks like running water, but it's almost like a mirror finish to it.
So go
Touch
join
it.
him.
I'm gonna go touch it.
You touch it, and you feel your hand go each other. You guys all see rippling coming off of it. Off this, what looks like running water as your hand goes into it.
Go all the way. Stick your face through it.
Yeah. Stop
Go
it.
on.
I'm gonna
Go
stick
on.
my face through
You
it.
stick your face in. It looks like you're looking back down the hallway.
Oh, that's some magic. Wonderful. I'm gonna walk into it.
You walk into there, and it looks the exact same, except for everything's reversed.
Oh.
I'm gonna go find the crystal eye and take it.
And you go walk around and make a perception. And you guys don't
20.
see her anymore.
Right,
You find it's on the opposite side from where it was in the right eye socket. There's a crystal.
I'm gonna take it.
Can you reach it?
I'm gonna climb on the spear to get it.
Make an acrobatics check. Because you guys cannot see or hear her right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Even through the ring, she couldn't communicate with us?
Nope.
Hello.
You're trying, but you're not getting up there.
Can I climb on the tiger's body?
No, it's a human. It's just a carving in a wall,
Okay.
and it just has a spear sticking out of the wall from where its hand is.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. Hey guys, I need someone tall. Baxter.
And you go to walk through, and
No.
it's solid.
She goes to go back through and she's stuck.
It's the solid stone wall.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go to the other end. And I'm gonna try to leave out the doorway. Is there a doorway?
Yeah, there's a doorway.
I'm gonna go peek out.
And you peek out the door, and it looks like the same, but where you guys came through is on the opposite side.
I'm gonna hope that someone
After,
comes for me.
yeah, is it after,
About 10, 15
after
minutes
10, 15 minutes not seeing her come back
Yeah.
through, I'm gonna wander through.
Okay.
You're just gonna wander off alone like that? Alright.
Now all of a sudden, Erebon just steps right on through there.
What have I got to lose?
I've never been alone for this long in my life.
Why does
What
this
are the three
look,
of you doing now?
why does this look like the same hallway?
Wait.
But-
It is. There's a
Guys,
crystal
you guys
eye.
wanna
Can you
do
grab
it?
it for me?
It's on the right eye
Nice
socket this
shiny
time.
little stone here.
Pluck the crystal out.
Make a strength check.
I guess we just wait.
That's the best we can do.
Do you guys want us to wait for you?
Roll it again.
Ah,
Let's roll the one.
he breaks his hand.
Oh
It's like,
You stick your fingers in the eye socket, and you get your fingers out. Your fingers are stuck in the eye socket.
I'm gonna climb up Erebon.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to pull his fingers out.
Make a strength check with disadvantage.
As
You're
I
on his arm trying
As
to
I
pull it
just
out.
look up at you, don't get used to this. Don't tell me you roll a 1.
9.
Okay.
No wait. Yeah, 9.
You can't get his hand out. You're on his arm trying to push, use his leverage, but it's not coming out.
Then I'm gonna try to take the crystal out.
Okay? See if you can get your fingers in there to pull it out, because Erebon's fingers are in there around the crystal, but stuck in the hole.
I have tiny fingers.
You also make a strength check with disadvantage.
Okay. So that'd be 15.
No. You can't quite get a grip on it with the fingers that are right in there in the way.
Can I make another try and get myself free?
With disadvantage, because Tessa's still on your arm.
I'm gonna get off.
Roll.
Seven.
Nope. You guys are both just yanking on your fingers are hitting the wall. It's like, shit!
Erebon.
And at this point, it's been about a half an hour. You guys standing in front of this thing waiting.
Erebon.
You know what? I'm a
Alright.
bit tired of this. I'm gonna cycle
Apparently.
through.
You
Okay.
just walk in and see Tessa.
You guys see them yanking at Erebon's arm as there are stuck in the holding a crystal on the wall.
You've been yanking on each other for half an hour? Jeez.
Just get the fucking crystal out of here.
Are you
Fine.
two going through too or no?
I don't know.
I feel
should
like we
we
need
go figure out what's going on?
I'm gonna wait until they absolutely need me to go in.
Well, you are gonna.
I'm gonna walk through and go see what the hell's going on at least.
So you're the
Did
only
you go
one
all the way
standing
through?
by yourself.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
just gonna walk halfway through and just kind
Oh,
of
leading through?
Yeah.
Okay. So make a strength check, see if you can get them out with the crystal.
Can the dwarf reach it, or does he have to
So I
climb?
see all this
I just
going
look back
on.
and
Yeah,
see
you
him
see,
pop
see
back
him
out.
Tessa on here while they're pulling, and she's yanking on her own arm, and you see Tor grabbing him.
Maybe after I see all that, I pop back out and tell her what's going on, laughing my ass off.
Said,
Strength. Roll an
Oh,
average
it
strength
looks like the
modifier.
Three Stooges in there, man.
12 plus 9,
Oh.
21.
Comes out in your fingers, and you should make an acrobatics check.
Yes.
With all that backwards momentum.
So now, do we try to come back through here, or what?
12.
You manage to land on your feet. You're all wet now because the water splashes up across you. But you guys got the crystal, and you three of it crystal, and you look back, and the waterfall's gone. It's just solid stone wall.
Oh.
Well, that's wonderful.
Oh, the eyes open the gates to the police.
But how do we get this one back to the other side?
Maybe we have to look around for other stone walls
I think in order to get
back
back,
there, which will be normal, or it would be
So is there just a
waterfall
stone
thing
wall in front
here.
of me?
No, when you're on the main side of the first side,
Mm-hmm.
you see that waterfall coming out. It's a
Right, but they
mirror to it.
plucked the crystal out of that
Yeah.
eye there.
Yeah.
So,
And you guys have the one from the right eye now,
but there's no way back across.
from what you
From
guys
there.
see.
Oh.
I'm gonna go back up to the,
Yeah,
the
Put the
wall
eye
and
back.
Put my hand there.
It's still solid stone.
Put it back and see if they can get back over here.
How does that even work? What did that?
Then you're over here with us now.
No, you just
I
lean through.
poked my head
Yeah.
through.
He's through with you guys.
I wanted to see what was going on, and then I popped back and told him I'd help you guys look.
But you go put the eye back in there.
Yeah.
Nothing on your guys' side changes.
Can I put the eye on the left side now?
The left side from where you guys are at, it's solid stone.
Is there another statue with an eye missing?
Nope.
Hey, what's through the door?
Alright.
That looks like the exact same way you guys came in, but all reversed.
Right, but
So-
do we see anything that anywhere we could possibly put this?
No.
Well, I guess we'll just have to go on through for a while
Yeah.
and see if we can't find it.
See what happens.
Grab the cat.
Give you a hint.
Don't do hints. 'Cause I have no idea what's going on.
I wanna go back and grab the stone out and head
Okay.
back. Sorry. From where I'm at, I'm still able to kind of pop my head through.
Yeah, you can lean through and look.
Okay, so I want to pop my head through and say, "Hey, come on, you guys, try to bring yourselves back over here."
Well, where your head is popping out
Yeah.
is a solid stone wall.
You see that it's kind of rippling around his head.
Yeah. So just stick your hand through it and see what happens.
I'm saying,
and then
look,
with my
I got
hand possibly.
the door
Wanna go
open.
back?
You want to try and
You
come
touch it,
through?
and it's solid stone.
No.
It-
What about if you tried
Well,
this stone in that eye?
grab the stone out of his hand.
trade eyes.
Yes, trade
Give
eyes.
me that one.
Okay, trade.
All right.
So I'll go put this one back in the eye socket of the other one.
Yeah, you go pop it back in, fits exactly the same.
Anything happen?
No.
Better take it out.
All right. Well, this sucks. And pop back and tell them that nothing happened. It didn't work.
So
But
we
did you put your?
But I'm gonna go back and put this one back in
There you
on
do
this
it.
side. Nothing.
Nothing.
go check the opposite room.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a mirrored side, so you guys aren't. Would you guys be in the same room too? I was looking up. The question is, do we go over there or do we stay over here?
I think that stone should stay in.
Stay over there. Because we might be able to do something over here if we can explore, is what
Probably.
I'm thinking. Because we're not finding any solution by flip-flopping or, switching out crystals. So. I mean, that's unfortunate.
I know.
That is what we've done. Your point.
I don't know. I don't really care. We can go in through there, or we can stay and wait. I don't know. Mirror image area.
Let's press on. See what's in this opposite side.
Come here. I'm gonna stick my fucking head through.
You see Julian's head pop through?
I'm gonna try something real fucking quick. And I'm gonna grab hold of the closest one.
Which one of you is closest to the wall?
Her. You just had your hand up against it.
Yeah, true.
All of a sudden you see Jimmy poke through, grabs your arm, and you're back through.
Come back through. You big beautiful bitch.
It's like I was trying to tell you. I pop my head through. Take my hand. Come with me.
I shall save you.
And that leaves Torin alone on the other side
Come on,
of the wall.
Torlin, let's go.
We'll both stick our hands through.
I walk.
Grab the head, they pull you through, and you're back on the other side. With both eyes.
Jeez. That's what I figured was they had to touch somebody. So I'm like,
Yeah, going through one way is easy. It's one way door unless somebody pulls you back through.
try the eyes, maybe it would unlock it again, but.
Okay, so now you guys have these two crystal eyes.
Oh man.
Okay.
Well, now what the hell do we do with these things? There was only one eye socket that was open.
I grabbed the one from him and I put both the crystals in my bag of holding and say, I like shiny things. I didn't steal these, so I could have them.
They're not magical quality. I don't
I
know.
don't care.
But shiny.
And Tessa and Torlin make perception checks.
I'm gonna try and make some dice out of these later.
Some crystal dice.
Yeah.
14.
Get to talk of the bar.
21.
Okay, you both see it. There's a small entrance, there's a small cave near the base of the waterfall. Just big enough for people your guys' size to fit through.
Oh.
You want me or you want you?
I don't know.
And it's a crawl space.
Let's
I would say
What
go
race
in a
again?
team.
Strength in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, let's go.
The buffalo
Alright,
dwarf
you guys
guy.
start
I love
crawling
it.
your way through, and it
Where are you
takes
guys
about
going?
5 minutes as
okay.
they're crawling through this tunnel. You come out in what looks to be a storage room. There's about 5 foot tall barrels, about 6 feet around. There's about 5 of them lining the center of this room. On the other side, there's a staircase.
Anything? Can I investigate the barrels further?
You open them up, and there's wine in these.
Ooh.
I don't know if I have a flask.
I'm gonna fill my water skin with wine.
Okay.
Okay.
As you guys do this, both of you make perception checks.
I don't think I went over my what I'm saying.
I'd say you probably have water skins on you. I'd say you would have water skins because you're an adventurer.
What? You said perception.
What was yours?
8.
Believe it's just 12.
I'd say yours is high enough. It's close enough.
Shouting.
There's a lever sticking out from underneath one of the barrels. It's like on the floor, you can see it sticking out from underneath it a little bit.
Lever.
You grab it, you push the barrel away, and from your guys, and you see something go down in the middle of the waterfall, and it kind of parts like a curtain, revealing a doorway.
Ooh, walk towards the doorway. Is it a door or just?
It's the spread, it parts the curtain in the water.
Alright.
You go walking through, and you guys see yourself on this balcony looking down at them.
Ooh.
Probably about 10
Hello
feet up.
down there.
About 10 feet. I'm gonna jump down, seeing all the wine.
Make an acrobatics.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, you manage to land without hurting yourself.
Go up and check out what kind of wine.
I'm gonna attempt to do the same.
Roll an acrobatics.
I'm
I'm
gonna drink
gonna
some of the wine.
stand and watch
Okay.
for a little
I'm gonna
longer.
take some wine and one
12.
water
Okay.
skins.
I'm gonna investigate the wine, see if I recognize it or anything.
I'm still immune to alcohol, so I don't give a shit.
You don't recognize what kind this is. None of you do.
I'm gonna take a drink.
All right, you take a drink, and it's really tart, almost like mouth puckering tart.
Seeing the face, I'm like,
Sour.
"Ooh, I don't look
Yeah,
like
imagine those little sour straws. Imagine if you scrape all the powder off those until you get a bowl of it and eating the whole thing at once.
Ooh.
Fucking delicious.
It's like it just makes you pucker. It's like oh, like it's
Ugh.
far beyond its date.
Eek a mouse. No.
Oh.
Ugh. So glad I didn't try it.
Yeah. But as you look around, there's on the far end of the room from you guys, there is another balcony.
Right?
How far?
How high away is it?
It's 10 feet up.
There was just the barrels in the room.
60 feet across the room, so 65 feet from you. At level with you.
I'm gonna walk towards the balcony and go see what's up over there.
Okay, you walk up and it's 10 feet up above you.
wall either side of it? Or any
Straight stone
stairwells?
wall. Nope.
Balcony up, wall to the right.
Walls to
I'm
the
gonna run
left.
up, jump up, and
Make
hop
an
on the
acrobatics check.
Yeah, 18.
Also, Baxter runs up one more, kicks off the other wall, and lands on the balcony.
Right there, like staircase.
Now it's just the balcony.
I'm gonna attempt to mimic exactly what he just did.
Make an acrobatics check.
Maybe one of you can just lower yourself a little bit to help me up.
21.
I'm gonna reach down over the ledge to.
Make an acrobatics, see if you can jump high enough.
Jump high enough for one of us to grab you.
Yeah, I'm reaching down to
Yeah.
get my hand up.
5.
You just,
Try harder!
Fine, I'll
Next
try.
step.
I'm gonna try again.
okay. There's loud echoing sound through the room, and there's Timothy standing right next to the two of you.
Hey!
I'm gonna try to grab his hand.
Why don't you
Okay,
go
let's
down there and
Understood.
pick him
Wait,
up?
Wait, you didn't come up with me. Oh no, you're up. Yeah.
My size increases by 1 size category for the next
Oh.
minute.
So you are now large.
Oh, now you can grab us.
He's about 7 foot tall now. Actually, no, you were about 7 foot taller, so you're about 8 foot now.
The fuck?
I was like 6'5", yeah.
So you're about 7'5" now.
Yeah. I must reach down and try to go.
You reach down, leaning over the rail, and
Help me pick him up because I'm not strong. Pull.
I'll hold you. I'll hold the other arm.
also you feel his hand grab the back of your armor, just lifting you up. Drop you down, then
Gotcha.
that leaves Tess at the bottom.
Oh, damn it.
Alright, one more time.
One more time.
Just reach down, grab her by the back of her collar, just
Look at the little kitty.
it's just like lifting a kitten. And the room you guys are in, as you turn around, let's see, it's about
Pull out
25
my
feet
marionette
across
now.
from north to south. Straight across, it's 35 feet, and there's a pit that's about 10 foot wide in the center of the room.
Well, I'm gonna go peer into the pit.
It's about 10 feet down.
Okay. Is there anything at the bottom?
Looks like there's a box.
Ah. Well,
So
who
there's,
wants to go get the box?
there's nothing
anything
but a
else
pit
down there?
in there.
Just a box.
Any doors around the room or just the
What's
pit?
the box look like?
On the far side of the room, there's a hallway.
Dagger the box. So
Alright,
there's
I'm gonna-
nothing in it.
What's the box look like?
It just looks like a wooden box.
Ah, screw it.
Hop down and check it out.
Just gonna open?
He's jumping down.
Wait, so you're gonna open it?
I'm gonna hop down and check it out.
Looking at it?
Just
It looks like a wooden chest. No lock on it.
I'm gonna back up.
You have like it's in the center of this pit, so you have like
Oh,
all the way around it.
You've got like
I'm gonna
5
jump-
feet, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back out real quick. So
Make your
acrobatics.
acrobatics.
17,
You manage to jump back out.
and I'm gonna shoot it with an arrow.
Okay. As your arrow hits, you see his mouth open up and just start trying to get around the pit.
Good call.
Firebolt.
Yeah.
Firebolt.
And it's just like you're hitting it, and it's just like bouncing you off the edge of the thing. Until eventually you're just firebolting it until it just.
Fish in a barrel.
Was there anything at the bottom other than ooze?
No,
Okay.
just the amorphous ooze.
Damn it. Oh well.
Fucking mimics.
My nephew picked through that
Fireball.
room I told you about. Through all of them.
Doesn't
It's like, why? He's like, I never know.
die.
Okay, so you guys gonna go through the hallway?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys go walking in the hallway, it goes down about 40 feet, then hooks to the right, and there's a doorway. With this with what you guys recognize to be a beholder, but 2 of the eye stalks have the eyes missing.
Jewels. Put the jewels in the slot.
Come on, Kitty. Don't make
I
me use
got
a
it.
6 level
Hey.
spell slot to make you do it.
I will shoot you in the
Family
butt.
jewels.
Put him up there.
All of a sudden,
Why do I feel like this thing's gonna fucking wake up?
inside there's this large round room. They
No,
go about
fun
10 feet.
fact. What at some point during
There's 9 alcoves around the room.
fun fact, at some point if we continue to adventure forward with me, if we survive this, we might have a beholder up.
We already knew that.
You two didn't though. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told them about
You
it.
had told us
Yeah.
all about everything that was going on when we
After
started
the
recording.
after the other two died.
Yep.
Uh-huh. We've been in this group
Oh wait,
for a while.
you've been okay.
He's been with you longer than
Yeah,
us.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Very few are the newest ones.
At the center of the room, you see this wheel with these 8 posts sticking out of it. They look like little bars sticking out of it.
So, like, it needs to be rotated. That's it.
Everybody go up and grab an arm.
Can I tell which way is clockwise immediately?
See what it.
That's
Righty.
this way.
See if there's any symbols or anything.
This way.
As you guys enter the room, I need everyone to roll initiative. I just dropped the cheese.
Right.
You
Right,
dropped
yeah,
the
I'm
cheese.
Oh.
Handshake. Think
Well,
we're
that's
calling.
Give me crackers.
I have these.
Mm.
Crack cover envelope biscuits.
Do I have like a small handful of those?
Oh shit, things are falling off.
Choice.
Give me a second to fix this.
I just want like 3.
I
Things are falling off
slice
things.
cheese.
So you have the cheesy yellow.
Mm.
Yeah.
May I please have one too? Thank you. Like little food
This is what happens when you have blocked cheeses in this house. It disappears.
It does. You're lucky that cheese lasted this long.
The only reason was because I didn't wind up opening the crackers.
That and because I would have issues if I ate it.
But yes, but
Well, I'm a have
you're not the only person who likes cheese in this house.
No, I am not.
Okay. That's really dumb.
It's Cracker Barrel cheese too.
Oh, dude, I love Cracker Barrel.
What kind of cheese is
Vermont
what
sharp
kind
cheddar.
No, I'm just gonna
I still want justice for Brad's wife.
I get one.
For what?
Try one of those out.
After,
I get a slice.
oh, it's just a
Only
meme.
missing.
Come on, Cracker, cool.
Oh, I got cracker.
Fine. Where's the dwarf? You have a dwarf. Which I still need to paint and prime. Things we're gonna work on tomorrow.
Everything from Cracker Barrel is fucking good.
You guys look up from the ceiling. See a beholder descending from the ceiling.
Oh.
Do I recognize it?
No,
Okay.
Okay, good.
it's not Xanathar. Ooh, I found another pen. Love it.
Training for a future fight.
Sure, dude.
Draw
Okay.
as it starts to come down. I just want to draw.
Alright, well, as you go to that, roll initiative. Did you guys roll your initiative?
Yeah,
We did.
I got 18.
Let me roll his initiative real quick. That way I can get everybody's counts.
We're gonna,
Alright, so
some
25
of
to
us
20?
may die.
But that's okay.
19 to 15?
17.
15.
Okay, so.
Cody, can I get one of those slices? Thank you.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Please, sir.
So yours was what?
17.
Okay.
12 for mine.
Six.
Okay.
Happens to the best of us.
Okay, so Baxter's at the start of the round.
I'm gonna take my shots at him, and I'm gonna do a seeking arrow right to his eye.
Okay.
Watch out for the big eye in the middle.
Oh, is that a spell attack? Is that a magic arrow?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to do your seeking, roll your
Yeah, it's
attack.
just-
Probably in its
14. No,
Probably no,
Mike. Yeah,
Probably a
14.
no magic
That's a miss.
Okay. Next one, just regular shot. 28.
That's a hit.
Hunter's mark.
No,
No.
you can't Hunter's Mark. You go to literally Hunter's Mark, but you can't seem. It doesn't seem to hit.
Okay.
You don't feel the power there.
8 piercing.
Okay. Anything else for your turn? Alright. It is the Beholder's turn.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna move over here.
I had food in my mouth. I didn't want to.
You're good.
I just popped it in. And it went everywhere.
Okay, so I need Torin to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can't be as bad as when I'm
Irvon to make a strength saving throw.
my buddy.
And Tessa to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hank put in a dip in my car and then immediately sneezed.
Oh, no.
18.
Natural 1.
Oh shit.
Oh Jesus! You said strength saving throw for me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll again. 19.
Hey, you didn't die.
15.
So your speed's half for 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
You said yours was 15?
Yep.
All of a sudden you feel yourself being lifted up and moved over there.
Oh, what the fuck is going on?
Tessa,
What the hell?
all of a sudden everything goes dark as you feel your body becoming more and more rigid. You guys see her turn to stone.
Oh, no.
Not again.
Petrified. You can try your save again at the beginning of your next turn.
That was another one.
Then,
At least this time it wasn't. Oh hey, Basilisk.
I got Jimothy's up.
At least it
let's
wasn't
see.
that. This time that was
Is
beyond.
it looking at me?
You're in front of it, yes.
Can I hide behind any of the? Is there anything to hide behind? Like
Big open
outside?
room.
I'm gonna book it this way.
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, that gets you out of the cone of its eye.
I'm out of its sight.
You're out of its main eye's cone.
I'm casting Investiture of Stone again.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna sit. That'll be it. Oh, but I do have to roll percentile.
Yep.
Glad you're on that side of the room.
But that's for 10 minutes of concentration. I cast Fog Cloud. Send it on myself.
Okay, so the fog cloud centered on the wall.
Nice.
Okay. Tessa, you want to do your dexterity saving throw?
11.
Nope. You're still statue. Okay. Iravana.
Iravana.
They float, right? They're not on the
Yeah.
ground. Okay.
Like a giant floating head with 9 eyes.
Okay.
Bonus action. This is the here. I'm out of its cone now, right?
You're well out of its cone.
Oh shit.
On a fireball, 3 charges.
Okay.
How big is the room we're in?
It's about 90 feet around.
It's about as big. It's about as
Vertically,
big.
it's about 30, 40 feet high.
You
Okay.
are.
We'll save on it.
Legendary action, it's going to use an eye ray
Of course.
on Torin,
Oh.
and it is going to make a dexterity saving throw. You have to go ahead and roll your damage. I'll roll its save.
Jump, save.
There's an unnatural 20 for its save.
20. Unnatural.
Okay, so you feel a certain kind of just like shrug it off.
Yes. Good job. Good little buff guy.
34.
34, so
Yeah, barbarian.
34 halved.
for 17 damage.
Stop using one fireball because I'm wrong on charges.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Take another
That was your
round.
movement, bonus, and then action, correct?
Yeah, I'll
Make your next dexterity save. Actually, no, never mind. You didn't. You succeeded last time, so it's
Yeah.
your turn.
Oh,
She's
sweet.
the only one petrified.
I had towards the fog cloud area. But
Okay.
since I'm reduced
Let me look that up. so I
speed
can
down
see
to,
what
I
it is.
believe. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, you're in the fog cloud now, so you can't see anything, and they can't see
They
you.
can't see you, so now you're not
20
you're not
foot
affected by
radius.
fire rate at least.
Yeah, so Tess is just on the outside.
It lasts.
Yes, you're just the fog cloud's like right at your back. And anything you move back action and bonus action.
I don't have not this round, I guess. I'll try something else here.
Okay.
Do you have to take?
Oh, for his rage?
Anything for rage?
He has to take damage or deal damage every turn, or he loses it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll wait for the next, see if I can get closer or something.
I
Okay.
got
In that case, Baxter is up.
Perfect size.
I mean, what are Beholder's weak?
You don't know.
Through the ring, I'm gonna ask Erebon that. What do you know of them having weaknesses to?
This will be your action to ask.
Oh, will it? Damn, I didn't beat my bonus action. I gotta get rid of that. Alright, am I out of its sight range at the moment? Or am I still in the cone? Good.
You're still partially in the cone.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of it, so I'm gonna do another 30 feet that way.
Okay.
Alright, and then I'm gonna go big.
Are you going giant size?
Yep.
Okay.
Go big and go
As soon
home.
as it looks at you, meow. Yep. So stay out of its eye ray.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
try
tonight.
to.
Okay,
And
so
then I'm gonna shoot it.
is it an action or a bonus action to use the crown?
Action.
Okay.
Oh, alright. I'm
So
gonna
if you do
I'm
that,
gonna do
that's
action.
if you-
I'm gonna do action surge so I can shoot him.
Oh, okay, so using your one action surge for the day?
Yeah.
That's to get
I
your
hardly
attacks.
ever use it, so
I would say your
He
action
gets his
is to
movement, too.
use the crown.
yeah.
He gets a whole another turn.
Yep.
A whole other action.
Hold on, action. Damn it, previously.
32 to
Or
hit.
That's a
attack
hit.
action. So you get 3 attacks per action.
You get another
You
3.
get 3 more attacks.
And then that's 8 on damage for that one.
Okay.
Love the action surge for the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
That's 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
You would get, but you can only use it once per long rest.
Right,
It's a higher level.
but
12.
Okay.
in a
And
combat
then,
instance, you could get
If I get a third attack,
6 attacks in a
giant
turn.
form
No.
or Just my 2.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
can use it.
And then
And that could be
and
nasty.
I get another
especially
movement.
if it
So
hits 6 to
no.
hit
Oh,
It's just your
this
action.
Action. Okay.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Okay. And
But I
then
have some sort of
I'm good for now, I guess.
Fighting Strahd.
Okay, so then it's the Beholder's turn.
Attack. Free.
What is it
4.
gonna do?
Action surge. 4.
That's what he would do.
And I hit like
So it's
I
just
missed like
its
1
eyes.
out of all of those.
I love it when you knock him
That
back.
was good.
I wish I had some. I beat the holy high hell out of him with that sun sword.
Next time I'm bringing grape, strawberries, cheese, and crackers. That'd be a bomb ass snack. That was.
Okay.
I wish I could get some more of that cheese we had before, that like smoked cheddar and Swiss.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good. I was just eating that, like slicing it up and eating it. It was so good.
Torn, I need you to make a wisdom save. Erebon, I need you to make a wisdom save.
What kind of truth?
And Baxter,
Black pepper and olive oil.
I need you. To make a constitution save.
Made 11 for my wisdom save.
6.
You are feared of the beholder. What is it? 6? 11?
Not that bad. Oh,
You, all of a sudden, you're getting tired. And you lay down and just go to sleep.
Oh no.
And yours? 5.
Ooh. I know. Dice did me dirty. It was loving me for a minute.
I go to sleep like snuggling.
All of a sudden,
my
you
bow.
feel the muscles in your new giant body just lock.
Oh Jesus.
Jimothy, you're up.
Jimothy's gonna panic.
As everybody's either going to sleep or can't move or afraid. But you cannot make any attacks against him at disadvantage unless you're averting your. If you avert your eyes, if not, you cannot move closer to him or take any actions while looking at him. Until every turn, you can make your save again, though.
Is there anything
Man, this beholder is fucking us up.
else in the room, like over here?
Yeah, that's
It's just
why
the
we
wall
got
going
five.
around.
Just the wall going around.
True. It's just us this time.
Alright.
Yeah, that's him. A lot of people got fucked up. with
Alright.
vaporized.
Well,
And
I.
they took hits for us.
Yep.
Now it's just us. We ain't got no cannon fire to
What
throw
do I
at it.
do? Damn it! This is so hard.
Earmon's asleep. He's afraid.
I know. I can't do it.
She's
He's
stoned.
turned to stone, and he's paralyzed.
And he's paralyzed.
The only one who can't make a save at the beginning of the turn is Earmon.
The only one who can't make a save is Erebon.
Because I'm asleep.
Because you're asleep.
Actually, I'm an elf. Magic can't put me to sleep.
That's right, so that you're not asleep.
Haha!
I'm glad I remembered that.
Thank,
Magic can't put me to sleep.
thank God. Okay.
If not, you just, I just said you're asleep.
Alright, so
Yes, I'm not asleep.
Tess is petrified.
Yeah.
Dwarf's just paralyzed.
It doesn't have
Dwarf's
to.
up for scared shitless.
Feared, okay.
The cat's paralyzed.
Gotcha.
In giant form.
Yeah, this giant cat.
I'm
It's
just
just like
Ah, fuck.
Well, I can't do anything about it.
I
So
can't do anything about that either.
instead, I'm gonna
I remember that.
have to use sorcery points
Really
so that I
good
can cast 2 spells. So I'm gonna do.
Like, wait, magic can't put me to sleep.
I'm gonna sink into there.
okay.
Move over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet.
Okay.
And then before I pop out, I'm gonna cast Mold Earth and move the 5-foot cube that I'm currently occupying out and up so that I have a little 5-foot high brick in front of me.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna cast Sickening Radiance at it.
Okay, what's the
18 Constitution.
$17.
So happy right now. So, wait, it gets to the point of exhaustion. So 4, wait, I'm using the wrong dice. 40-10. Radiant damage.
Okay.
Yeah, point of exhaustion.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna stand in my little walled off area and hope to God it doesn't look at me.
That's up. Make your save.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
I have to keep
7?
one eye out.
Nope. Still stone.
You guys are so stoned.
Erebon is up.
We have a lot in common.
Planar warrior, I'm gonna take my shots. Can I still make the 3 attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said earlier something, I felt like something left me, so I'm making sure that was.
Oh
still-
wait. No, you only need 2.
That was what I was afraid.
I was thinking you had to like wait a second. No,
That's what I was getting
so,
at.
Yeah, that took a second to click.
Unnatural 20.
It's a hit.
A planar warrior, so that's extra D8 in there. 6, right? Yeah. 11,
We don't think it's
13
awesome.
damage.
Okay.
Second attack. For 14,
That's a hit.
the hit.
That's a miss. Sticking out of the wall. Okay. Torn is up. Make your save. That's for your action. You still have your movement, your bonus action.
Sunglasses indoors, really?
What was that dexterity or wisdom?
It is wisdom.
Actually, my gardening glasses.
Gardening glasses?
Does that work with LED lighting?
11.
Exposure
Nope,
to
you're
that
still
actually
afraid of
makes
it.
your eyes up.
You can move, and you have a bonus action still.
Just for LED, everything would look normal.
What are these glasses? That'd be great. Like, you could look at it.
I guess a little bit more this way.
You cannot move closer to it.
Yeah, you're still afraid of it.
Yeah, you're scared shitless of this thing.
I mean, you can still shoot at it, but you gotta look away.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're actually at the edge of the wall right around
Could
here.
he move toward it if he wasn't looking at it?
No,
Okay,
he cannot willingly move towards it.
gotcha.
just get a little back from it, I guess. Just,
Okay, so right at the wall.
yep.
Okay.
That's it. Well, if that's the case, then I'm right here.
Baxter is up. Make your save. Your action. Constitution.
16.
You just barely meet it, so you have your movement and your bonus action.
Oh, God. Ugh, okay. So I'm gonna run this way 30 feet. And then, what else? My bonus action? Is that it?
Yep, your bonus action.
Will the radiant arrows work on this?
I mean, it's extra damage. It just doesn't necessarily. The beholders aren't necessarily weak to radiant damage, but it is more damage.
Okay.
It's just not gonna do more than.
You're not utilizing it as much as you could be.
Yeah.
Okay, that was what I want to know.
It's not like undead where, they're more effective against
Vulnerable.
undead.
Undead would be vulnerable against it.
Yeah.
Whereas, an undead,
And you already
when it
used
comes to
your action.
when it comes to radiant, they
You don't
take
have an
half
action
damage on a
surge.
failed
No,
save,
I know. So I'm
or
pretty much
take
done.
half.
I was trying
Okay.
to
I
move,
say
I
half damage
guess.
on
I'm not paralyzed
successful
anymore. I
save
can move. I'm
double
happy.
damage on a
Yep.
failed.
And it's the beholder's turn. Which three is he going?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, that's right.
18.
Natural 19.
Haha!
Fucking damn.
So then. Nothing happens.
Okay.
It still has 1 point of exhaustion though.
Okay. See who 3 shots going at. Baxter. I'm not targeting him twice in a row. That's 3 threes I rolled in a row. It's 1 irate per person. Torin. And Erebon.
Alright, what was the
What's the
Not yet. I haven't rolled for what they are. I'm just saying who he was going for.
I was like, if you give me an attack roll,
Baxter, make a Constitution saving throw. Torin,
15.
make a strength saving throw. That's a fail. You are paralyzed again.
Ah!
is there any way to block these?
Nope.
God damn it.
It did have disadvantage on that ability.
11.
I didn't catch it.
It's not an ability.
No, on my ability check
Oh.
for the Signet Radiance.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay. Erebon. Wisdom save. Torin.
I probably didn't save with an 8.
Nope. And you are afraid of it. And you have just been yanked 30 feet closer to it. As your armor starts to become wet.
Yeah.
It hasn't even made any of the damaging rays yet.
Good.
Jimothy is up.
Timothy fucking kill this thing,
I
goddammit!
mean, it has the
Blow
one
it
that does
up.
damage or its disintegration rate and its death rate.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Kill this fucking
Should
thing!
have rolled a d10, not a d8. I've been shorting myself on that.
Can I point my sword at the spell storing at it and cast blight even without looking at it?
You'd have to. I'd have you. I'd say you have to make a spell attack with disadvantage to see if you can actually point right at it. Because normally when you cast spell, you
I mean,
can't see it.
I mean, at least no one's immediately in melee range, so unless I really fuck up, I shouldn't hit any friendlies.
Yeah.
Oh, that may be an option. We'll see.
Almost only.
Better not turn me into a potted plant.
No. A blight is,
No.
I'm gonna.
no, he's the one that gets turned into a potted plant,
This, yeah.
which is hilarious.
I'll cast an epic static at it. Oh god, I don't cast it. I'm gonna fucking roll myself. Estimated
Yeah.
intelligence 18 saving throw.
Okay. Natural 19.
Sick. So it takes half damage. 2 14.
Okay. Okay.
That's good.
Tessa, make your save.
18.
You finally manage to flex your muscle to make the stone encase crack, and you're no longer petrified. Your movement, your bonus action.
Can I use my action surge?
Yeah, you'd be able to.
Okay.
Bonus action, action surge.
So that I'm not.
And move into its eyesight.
I mean, I don't use magic.
Wow.
And she's a fighter, she doesn't use magic.
Mm-hmm.
She uses muscle magic.
I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
Is it possible to do the -5 to attack for +10 damage on my?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
No.
Oh no, wait, that would be sharpshooter. You don't have that.
Okay. So I'm gonna tag it with a crossbow.
I wish that's how it worked out.
Yeah. I think a sharpshooter does.
15 to hit.
That's a miss. Well, need 1 piece.
25 hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. So 1d8. D8 is this one. 4 damage. And then I'm gonna
Do you have any pluses towards your damage on that?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
Natural 20.
Roll it again.
Nice.
Nice.
Take out an eye.
But it is a crit, so double the damage die.
7, 14, 16.
Okay. You tag it right on each side of its jaws. Yep. Okay. Earlon is up. Make your save. Unless you want to stay here.
I don't want to stay here.
And you can take the attacks with disadvantage.
That was what, a wisdom save? I mean, I'm gonna take my action to draw my sword of spell storing anyway, but
Yeah. So if you either make your save or draw your bow. Or draw your sword.
I can't do both.
No.
I mean, I wasn't gonna make an attack with it either way, but
It's still an action to switch weapons. Or an action to use your save.
alright, fine. Drawing the sword of spell storing and preparing to attempt to sling that spell at it.
Okay?
Do I still want to make my save, or do you want to make me wait until next turn?
You can wait till your next turn. Okay.
Oh!
What's the
Yours
I think
is.
I'm
strength,
just like,
strength was the last one, I know that, but the
Oh, for the fear?
yeah,
Wisdom
You know.
save.
like trying to psych myself up. Like, fuck this.
You can do it.
Looking at it,
6.
Yeah, that's a fail.
just gonna.
Look yourself rid of it.
I'm gonna try to help you.
You have your movement still.
I run away. Since I can't go forward, I might as well run away. Where I'm at in my movement speed, I'm like back to normal or half.
So you're at the stone. You still have.
Okay, so we get the 5, 10, the 15.
Okay.
End my turn.
Baxter.
Alright,
So you think you were paralyzed again?
I'm gonna move
No,
over into the
Oh,
side
you say
of
it's.
that.
Okay.
Move me over, just like 20 feet, just as long as I pass through over. Get a good flanking view of him. I'm gonna take 2 shots at him to the side of the head. Alright. 23.
That's a hit.
12.
Okay.
And 30.
That's a hit.
Damn.
30.
17 plus 13. That's why I use my bow.
Yeah.
I have a plus 13.
Don't you have the sharpshooter feat too?
Yeah, but it's magic. Oh wait, only
No,
on
it's
the
not.
front of it, right?
Your sharpshooter's not a feat.
Sharpshooter's not magic.
You have the sharpshooter feat?
No, I have a seeking arrow.
Oh, I
that's
thought
a
you had
magic.
the. I thought you had the sharpshooter feat.
No.
Okay.
I'm
pretty sure you do.
Listen, your feat's sharpshooter. You can take a -5 to your shot to get +10 damage, and you can ignore
That's the
half and
seeking
3/4
arrow.
cover.
Oh wait, no.
I thought you had that.
I thought I was on here too.
Alright, next page.
Oh, I do have it on here. Yeah, I thought that was my seeking arrow.
The seeking arrow just makes it not miss.
Yeah. So I was like, Being gone for so long, guy, it messed with my brain.
Got to
No
start your
way.
character again.
Yeah, I actually do that.
Oh, I should take the -5 to hit. It's still a hit.
Yeah,
Plus 10 damage for the shot.
yeah, and that's
No, I'm good, thank you.
8 plus 10, so 18.
Thump, thump, right into the side of it. Okay. Now it's the beholder's turn again.
Constitution saving throw.
24.
Saves.
Okay.
Damn it.
Okay.
I have a stone wall in front of me. Oh, it saves me. Shit.
The magic pops you out, and your spells are dropped.
Great. That's okay.
Perfect. It's not what the enemy.
Okay. So let's see who it's gonna go for.
Oh boy.
First sorcerer. What is he
Baxter.
gonna do?
Jimothy.
Yep.
And Torin.
For what?
Here comes the death.
So all three of them.
Those you're the three targets. 4.
It likes hitting us.
Jimothy make a dexterity saving throw.
15.
That's a fail.
Yes.
Baxter make a Constitution saving throw.
No. It damn. 11.
That's a fail. You are paralyzed. And Torin make a Constitution saving throw.
This should be a good one for you.
If I can frickin' there.
There you go.
There
So
we
you
go.
succeed,
That's
you take half the
23.
damage.
Oh, really? What happens to me?
Look.
I failed too. I just saw what happens. I also didn't realize that it's-
You take 25 points of necrotic damage. And your speed just cut by half.
At least you saved. No, whatever. No, whatever.
That would have been 51 damage otherwise.
Ooh.
That tickled the old bone.
Scratch it has 3 damaging eye rays. And that is the beholder's turn, so Jimothy is up.
Jimothy's gonna skedaddle back behind his little alcove that he had made. Gonna immediately go back behind my rock. I'm gonna peek back out and cast Technic Radiance at
You're
it.
still in the beam.
Shit! That's right.
You gotta get out of his eye.
It's a 150-foot cone.
It doesn't matter if I'm behind anything. Okay.
It's
I
an
didn't-
anti-magic field.
I didn't think so. I was just hoping. Well, so what was that? 10? Got 20 left.
Actually, you have half your movement.
You're right. I've got 5 left.
Yep.
Done.
Okay. Tessa's
I'm
up.
gonna flip it off.
Attack it.
Beholders are not nice.
No, this beholder's pissing me
At
off.
10 to hit.
That's a miss.
So 15
I knew-
to hit.
My
That's a
newfound
miss.
female hormones are kicking into gear. I'm really pissed off with this
18
thing.
to hit.
That just barely hits.
More than normal.
You reached AC.
5 damage.
Oh. You poked it. You went.
And at the same time it made. Okay, Yerevan, you have your. You try to make this the spell attack with disadvantage, or you can try to take your save.
I'll try to make my save. Is there
Wisdom
what,
save.
Nope. Still
Nope.
weird.
Yep.
That's a 6.
Doran, you have your. You can do something, or you try to make your save.
We gonna
Oh, I have to do a
die
save.
here.
No, we're not gonna.
Yeah, you were
I
reaching
don't
over.
know.
Die. We're gonna die. All
That
of
was
us are gonna die.
wisdom, I believe.
Nope.
We're gonna die.
Nope.
Yep.
7.
Nope.
We're doomed.
Maybe you'll do.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh,
Run.
he's hiding
Baxter,
behind
you're up.
us.
You want to make your save?
A 3.
Alright, make your save.
3.
I'm loving this the beholder this time around.
This. Well, we don't have any cannon fodder to throw this beholder in.
9.
Like we did the last
9.
one. We had a bunch of cannon fodder to throw at the other one we fought.
What 3 is it going for this time? Baxter?
Fucking bitch.
What do you mean
Yerevan?
with 3? It's just us. Isn't it? Oh wait, no.
It's all of you.
What?
Oh,
three?
that's right, because the stops.
And Tessa.
Oh yeah.
See what's the dex you're getting? Number 6. Make a strength saving throw. With disadvantage because you're paralyzed.
And the saving throw I have to make.
You have to make...
14.
It's another fear race, so it doesn't do anything.
No.
14.
Okay. Tessa. 10. Oh shit.
Well,
That's
Make a dexterity saving throw.
no. Did it matter that my other dice was natural 20?
No. Disadvantage.
I know.
You like them.
Ooh.
This is
1.
pretty sure that's not disintegrate, right?
No.
No.
No? That's not the Thanos snap, right?
9. One more.
If it's not that one, then it's the death ray.
That's still basically a Thanos snap, right?
$43 points of necrotic damage
Oh.
as this black ray slams into your chest.
That's almost 2/3 of your health, basically. Yeah. More of your.
Uh-huh. Oh, Baxter is 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You just moved. Also, you just whoop. Jimmy's up.
Jimmy's about had enough of this fight.
You and me both, Jimothy. Because I can't look at it.
So I'm gonna go.
You still have.
I know.
Okay, so make sure.
I have 15.
Yup.
5, 10, 15. Bonus action advantage.
Okay.
5, 10,
That gets you out of its cone.
15. Sick. Now. Cast Immolation. Ooh. Well, yeah, whatever. Zero. Cast Immolation. Dex 18 saving throw.
Roll his d10s out of the way. That was 10d10 damage.
Yeah.
Natural 20. See if it.
Now you're done. Pretty good.
I had to roll again, followed by an 8, so it's going to take quarter damage.
86. It's not on fire.
Is it an action or bonus action to switch weapons?
It's an action to switch weapons.
34, 35. Quarter of a 35.
Okay,
8.75, so.
round it up to 9.
6, 7, 5, 0, 9.
Pretty much. Okay. Tessa?
Fizzled at it.
what? I
Do it.
Is he blocking me?
No.
Oh. I'm gonna tag it.
I'm blocking the dwarf though. Maybe he can survive now.
So 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
I'll be praying for it. Next.
7.
Okay.
16 to hit.
That's a miss.
18 hits.
Mm-hmm. 18 is AC.
23 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
That's a lot better.
Right.
5 damage.
Okay.
It's better than 1.
Right.
Okay, anything else for your turn? You still have your movement and your bonus action.
Pepper's wasting.
But yeah.
I found a crumb of the chip and it was like all
Go towards
peppercorn of it.
How far if I move?
It just hit the
45.
back of my throat just right.
Running into melee.
I'm about to do the same. This thing
Yeah.
pisses me off. I'm gonna kick it in the tooth.
Hear him up?
Melee, I'm gonna get it.
Break off one of its eye stalks and use it.
Beat it with one of its own high stocks.
I'm about to.
I'll make one final attempt at my wisdom save.
Alright.
You can do it! I believe in you.
Good juju thoughts. Think happy thoughts, Peter. Think happy thoughts.
Nope.
What'd you get?
Oh boy.
It's a 4. Nope.
Alright, next time I'm just gonna take the big attack with
Disadvantage?
disadvantage. So I'm fucking done with this shit.
Okay. Horn. Make you save. Gotta beat a 16.
18.
You're no longer feared.
Yay!
Now your movement, your bonus action.
As in
Oh my
6
dice
feet
are fucking
full
muted.
walking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mine are
3,
killing me.
4, 5, 6.
Hiding behind the giant kitty,
Little bit.
the giant kitty statue.
Little bit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything else? Bonus action.
That's really all I got. So I'm done.
Okay. Make a save.
My turn.
Yeah.
Unnatural 22.
You are no longer paralyzed again.
God, okay. I'm gonna put my freaking bow away.
That's your action to do your save.
And
You can drop your bow.
Can't stow it.
I don't want to know.
No, to switch weapons, actually stowing it is an action. Okay. You can drop your bow and switch weapons, but you have to stow it and draw the other one's an action.
I think that's silly.
It'll only break if you roll a 1.
Man,
I know.
Guys have been acting tonight.
I
I
know.
don't wanna do all that.
It's scary, man.
I think it's silly that it's an action. It should at least be a bonus action to
Yeah.
change
But I
weapons.
can't drop it.
Chris Perkins.
I know. I'm not saying it's your fault.
I
I'm
know.
just saying it's silly.
If I drop them, I can still draw though, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can drop and draw.
I guess. I'm
Roll
gonna drop it and
Roll a d20, tell me what you get.
11.
Okay, so your bow doesn't break.
Alright, cool. And I'm gonna pull out my silver longsword, my flame tongue sword.
Right,
Let there
yeah,
be light!
Yeah, don't forget to pick the bow back up.
I know I'm going
Don't
As he
Yeah.
drops it, it shrinks back down.
That's okay.
Well, still, but just don't forget to pick it back up.
Okay?
It's your bow.
Is that all for your turn?
Yeah. Wait. I'm gonna move. He's using me to hide behind too. Sorry, but
He didn't roll stealth into hiding, but he's standing behind
He's
you.
just behind.
But yeah.
Okay.
No, that looks like it's too close.
Okay. Beholder's turn. Let's see who he goes for.
Not me.
Baxter!
Fuck
I
you.
rolled a 3, you're third in a row.
Hit me with a fucking death ray.
That's a reroll. Jimothy.
Yeah, hit me with the death ray.
That's getting Jimothy twice. And that's a reroll. That's a reroll. It keeps rolling 1.
Just hit Jimothy twice, damn!
And you're among the third one.
Oh my
Baxter.
This thing really wants to kill me.
As I'm just looking up at it, going,
Constitution saving throw.
as I'm going like this.
Roll a 10. Roll a 7.
Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
2,
Damn it.
Yeah, maybe pick another one.
3, 4.
Stop rolling the death die for this.
I'm not.
I know.
18 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
What am I rolling?
I got back to Jimothy's first.
Yeah. Give me a 10.
6.
It gives me the fear ray again.
Strength saving
I'm
throw.
already
Oh
feared.
no. Oh no. That's -1. Alright.
You got this totally.
10.
Oh.
30.
Bitch! Stop looking at me!
Nice. Now, Iramon.
I'm about to just punch you in the mouth, I swear to God.
You already did that one.
Give -1 to all of those attack rolls.
Dexterity saving throw. You should have no problem with this.
I shall pray for you.
Should.
This is your main stat.
Yeah, but you know how my dice have been
You
treating
can
At
me.
least it's not charisma. Ugly elf.
You know how my dice have been treating me tonight.
Surprisingly, none of them are charisma.
Is it saving throw?
Yep.
15.
Just under your speed's cut by half.
Oh, that's better than
Whatever.
being like petrified or anything.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you're just slowed for a couple rounds.
Whatever. Still going like
Jimothy
this
is up.
to the beholder.
Except for it's just slower motion.
it went like
This,
but
out of its line of sight.
Yeah.
Misty step.
I wish I had like a fucking nuke to use on this thing. Well,
20 about.
no, I don't have enough charges left on my
There you
line of fireball to.
And then I roll percentiles.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got like 2 charges left on my one.
A spectral
fireball to
shield
barely
hovers
alone.
near me for the next minute, granting me +2 to AC and
Five,
immunity to
four,
magic missile.
I used 1.
Too bad none of it's
I
built
know, right?
missile.
Are they magic missile-esque?
No.
3.
Okay.
Well, my AC
That's
is
so
18 now.
I gotta lay off the one fireball.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta lay off that one fireball you've been hitting too much lately.
You've
I
got
got
like
two
2 charges
I
left.
got 2 charges left. I can only use 1 more.
He's not looking at me.
No, he's not looking at you.
I'm ready. Use my mask.
Okay. Roll damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and you might be caught in the crossfire.
No, he's not.
It's a 60-foot cone.
60-foot cone and it goes out like this.
Right, but the
No,
further you
yeah,
go-
I'm like 2 blocks too
Okay,
far away.
You're still just on the edge of it.
It's gonna
He'll feel
singe
the
my
heat,
beard.
but he won't. Yeah, exactly.
You'll feel the heat, but
It'll
you
singe his
won't-
nose hairs a little bit.
You'll feel the heat,
His
but it
ear
won't
hair.
hurt you any.
My ear.
It'll singe Bruce one ear's hair.
I'm old as shit, dude. If I roll getting older, like 15 more years, I'm just gonna have a heart attack of old age. Like, I'm just gonna die.
Okay.
I can't see. Is it good?
It's about 50-50. There's a few good there's a few good ones in there, there's a few bad ones in there. Not as many high dice as there should be. Should be more 6s.
Did I mention I love beholders?
Yeah.
I need to get more of them.
Fuck beholders.
Fuck you.
I need to get more because I want different variations of paint.
That's fair.
I mean, they look cool, but fuck beholders.
And I need to find a way to order them because I have so many ideas for them.
They look cool, but again, fuck beholders.
59 damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy.
Tessa just runs up, pulls an outside. Massive torrent of flame shoots out from in front of her.
Good job.
It scorches it pretty good. Yeah, Iravon's up.
Go, Tessa! Alright, the disadvantage.
Okay.
Try and make a spell attack with blight.
Well, I'm only having you do the spell attack because you're feared.
Yep. Well, because I mean, I'm like
Yeah.
pointing the sword at it.
Yeah, you're looking away and shooting it off.
Oh boy.
Now Tessa's in the way.
If you roll a 1,
It's not far from. That's an 8, so probably it's gonna miss. Yeah. It's an 8.
goes across the room, scatters against the wall. Torrens up. The giant kitty runs out from in front of you.
Cleric's just rolling over in his grave somewhere. Wasted it.
Here's making you wasted it. You wasted it.
No, it's okay. We'll put it
I'm
behind
35, so it's
Another square.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in melee with it now.
Smack
Hey,
his ass.
what can I do?
He's
You
not.
can attack it. You
he's
can
not
rage
gonna
your
be
bonus
stupid.
action. You
Mwahaha.
have your action, your bonus action left.
I go rage,
Okay, bonus action rage.
and then I attack it.
Okay. Roll your attacks. You get what, 3?
I think so.
So I'm not.
melee
So,
players are engaged.
so I'm
You
not
get
gonna be
2 and then
stupid
your friends get
and
Yeah.
slam the sword on the ground.
This one
You know,
is.
stab the sword on the ground in anger. I'm just gonna huff.
But you already used that to rage.
Right.
That'd be your 2 attacks.
2
Yes.
attacks. Awesome. Attacking.
Well, 'cause, you know, I oversee those.
13
This
plus.
thing.
That'd be what?
Just stab it in the ground.
The plus
Bring
is
it
next to your
on your
leave it
weapons.
there.
So whichever one you attack with, probably the
If I don't break it, whoever.
What's your
comes
primary
next-
weapon?
There's
Is
a
it the
sword
maul
sticking
or
out
is it
there.
one of the
Okay.
other ones?
Technically,
Okay, so it'd just be plus 8. See you think.
13 plus 8 for 21.
Well,
That's a hit.
Well, high enough to keep my cool.
Mr. Small is 2d6
sword.
plus 4.
Either in situations like that, roll a d10 to see
That would be a
1 or
6
2
plus 4
react
for
really
10.
poorly.
Okay. Next
Five,
attack.
react poorly. Anything about that? That keep my
I love the book put the beholder here.
I don't believe you for a second.
I'll fucking kill
18.
you. That's a hit. You just met AC.
No, I don't believe you.
Like the mimic of the pit. Yeah.
The Firebolt's mimic and
That'd be 9
Yeah,
plus
the
4. That
sports
would be
mimic and
13.
You mean?
Okay.
Here's like, okay, it's dead.
Okay. Baxter.
Baxter, the Baxter. The
Not
Baxter.
frozen or anything.
The
right?
Baxter.
No.
Okay, yeah, strength check.
You're not paralyzed. You're not feared.
Okay.
You're not petrified.
So my swords are up and ready. We'll rush him. 20.
Whenever you're raging at 3.
Ace. And I'm gonna take my attacks.
So it's
First with
7.
the
Whenever you're raging.
the
So
flame
how much was it extra
long
for the
sword.
for hits? 3 each?
Plus 3.
Okay, so minus 6.
21.
That's a hit.
Takes a D8 and 2D6. And that's 9, 13
9.
from the first one.
Okay.
And then second attack 17.
That's a miss.
Ah, shit.
Okay. Where did the fruit? Okay, so it doesn't have feet, so I can't do that one. It doesn't have arms, so I can't do that one. I'm just saying it hits in the main, you hit in the back of the main body.
Okay.
You gotta roll in hand, foot. Like, give me something that has.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe at that point just be like, okay, fuck it, I'll choose that spot.
Well, if it was gonna hit head, I was gonna have it sever one of the eye stalks. Okay, who are those 3 targets gonna be? Iravon?
Yep.
You're number 1 this time
Saw
around.
that coming.
Thorin
And
And Baxter.
and Jimothy. But after that last beating,
And now you're back to your normal size. I was waiting for that to happen.
you walk up and knock the shit out of him.
I was waiting for that to happen.
It's gonna suck.
A little bit more. Okay, now eye raise. First one gets Iravon. Orders.
I don't.
6. Make a strength saving throw. Wisdom save. Okay. Baxter. Oh yeah, it's looking at you, so you shrunk back down.
Ah!
Ooh. Third one's Baxter.
I don't like that face.
Dexterity save.
I thought it was
okay.
Jordan.
Oh yeah, it was you, not.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
Jim, you're good.
Save.
You're
You're good.
Alright.
But Iravon,
Say I probably just passed.
30.
Plus 9.
Is there? Do I see a door anywhere near me?
The only door is the door out.
9.
Okay.
9. Ooh.
You're just gonna leave.
You better not, righteous boy.
I'm still afraid of this thing.
4,
I can't move any closer, and it just forced me to move closer.
8.
So I'm gonna fucking hightail it. I'm getting my ass kicked.
Hit me with it.
Hit me with your best shot.
Do it. Do it.
This thing's whooping my ass.
3, 13.
Mainly because I can't shake the fucking fear from it because my dice keep fucking me.
No look.
His dice are about to fuck me.
37 points of necrotic damage.
No, never mind. It was less than that, Ron.
Yeah, it wasn't
Still-
a big hit. It's
still
mostly
hurts,
1s
but
and 2s.
not as
Thank
A
bad.
couple
God.
3s and a 7.
But it's still fucking tickled.
I'll say it still hurts. Not as bad as it could.
Jimothy is up.
Alright. Well, Jimothy's pissed.
You got slammed in the chest with a death ray.
So, can I use multiple meta magics if I have
I
enough?
think you only use one
One at a time? Okay.
Yeah.
So, what I'm gonna do then is use heightened spelling. Use it to give the thing disadvantage on its next saving throw.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Disintegrate at it. Because I'm fucking done with this thing.
Trust me, I think we're all done with it.
Dexterity 18 saving throw.
Okay. But it's also going to take a legendary action while as your spell goes off.
That's fine.
It's going to be aimed at you. 18 dexterity. 16.
Sick.
And you also have 10d10 damage coming at you also.
That's okay.
Oh.
But let me roll percentiles too, because a lot of shit's about to just happen.
Yeah, let's see what you get first and roll your damage. We'll see if his eye rig actually gets off.
95. Me and oh shit. Me and all creatures within 30 feet of me gain
Well-
vulnerability to piercing damage for the next minute.
Well, I don't think that's anybody.
No, but it's me.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Alright,
But,
so
but nobody.
Roll your damage
except
first,
you.
then we'll do his legendary action.
yeah, this thing's
If
gonna
he,
hit
if he survives,
10d6.
roll 60 damage. Roll all sixes.
'Cause if not,
6,
he's gonna hit with all these again.
8. and I need d6. No, wait, I got one more.
I'm gonna say you got one right there and
Two
right
more.
there.
6, that's all 10. Alright, everything get out. I need all of the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Give me
6, 7,
space to do my work.
Give me. Oh boy.
Hold my beard and watch this. Fuck.
I
There's
just
a few
like-
good ones in there.
I don't like the sound of that.
11, 15, 20, 26, 32, plus 40, 72.
How do you want to do this?
It disintegrates.
You don't want to be flashy with it?
What? Pa!
As
Finger
this
guns!
reddish orange ray just hits, you see one of the death ray eye stalk just start turning around towards him.
Fuck.
It hits right in that eye stalk and it just started to just burn away and disintegrate.
I almost just died.
Because if it had gotten a shot, let's see how much damage it would have done.
It would have killed me.
Let's see, there's 9, 18,
No, enough.
28,
5 left.
9, 30, 1, 2, 3,
wouldn't have
4,
killed
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 43, 4,
It wouldn't have
5,
killed
6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51,
Would've hurt.
2, 3, 4, 5,
It would have been knocked out, knocked down.
60, that would have been 63 damage.
I have plot armor.
Well, even so, we wouldn't have let you die.
Well, no, that would have killed me outright. I only have 35 HP left. He did more
It was
than
enough, it
double
would
of
have
what I
been
have.
complete death.
Oh god.
But as combat resolves and the beholder just disintegrates to ash across the floor.
Fuck that guy.
You hear, Mr. Stark, don't feel so good.
So
As I fireball the
I'm
rest
taller
of the
about
I'm
that.
so pissed. It can't be restored to life only by means of true resurrection or a wish spell, so it's gone forever.
Yeah. Who's gonna resurrect the beholder?
I might.
Do you have true resurrect?
No, but
A
I can,
wish?
I'll try. I'll get wish eventually. Does he have a name?
You don't know.
I know.
You never asked.
Shut up. Oh well.
You never tried sweet talking him or
I didn't,
introducing him.
I didn't want to try to seduce that fucking thing.
As the fear finally lets go of me, I just like sit on the floor, like
And breathe.
and breathe and like
I walk over and pick up my
Fucking
bow
good
and
am
put
I?
it away.
Okay. As you guys know, the size of the wheel in the middle of the room where the beholder is hovering over with the post sticking out of it. And everybody to make strength checks with advantage as you try turning it.
I'm still sitting on the floor.
Okay.
It's taking a moment.
You're providing moral support.
You said with advantage.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to
20. Right now.
figure out if I'm still worth anything anymore.
Nice.
15.
Between all of you guys, you start spinning it. You feel the room itself lifting as you're turning this thing.
Well,
It takes a good couple
Going
minutes
up.
of pushing and pushing until finally you hear in your large domed room as it locks. The roof itself starts opening up and going into the floor. You guys are in this large ruined, like destroyed city. Let me find a picture of it. Move.
I'm still just sitting on the floor,
Just like
Staring.
pocket.
just
Pocket.
staring blankly.
Are you okay?
I was fucking useless.
Oh, I'm not.
I was fucking useless.
Where's the
I
picture
mean,
of
it's a
Amu?
beholder. We can't blame you for that.
I mean, I was
Shut up,
afraid.
Timothy.
I'm not blaming anybody.
I mean, I hit it twice, but still, I was afraid.
I only killed him. Just kidding.
You're not helping. Mr. I'm a fucking sorcerer supreme over there.
I got magic and shit.
Slowly
Oh,
pick
they come in
myself
bigger
up off the
sizes?
floor.
Wow.
He's got magic. You have magic.
Some, not as much as you.
Right, but don't you have a lot of swipes and whatnot, don't you?
I have most of what I've taken so far is more support versus.
This is the map of the city that's around you guys. You guys are at the tower up here to the north. Here's the map of the ruined city of Amu, the
wow.
Forbidden City.
Lava pit.
Mm-hmm.
Lava pit. Is that a sacrificial thing on top of the mountain?
You don't know.
I'm gonna go to find out.
Rather
Go
check
have
out
a
the water.
sacrifice.
I can teleport
Let's go
500
look around.
That's the lost city of
miss.
Amu.
I
Missed the cliff. And it's like,
Do
oh,
we see any
shit.
any people, any sign of life from a
No.
distance?
Oh,
This
this
is
is
a
really
large
good view
city.
for
This
all
house
people.
is still in pristine condition, but there's no signs of life anywhere here.
Is there a way to get down?
Yeah, there's a stairway going down.
Oh, bet.
Head
Where you
on
guys
down.
lifted up at was at the top of the tower, and there's stairs going down from there.
Nice. Okay.
Start heading down.
head on down.
As you guys start heading down, that's where we're gonna call it for the week. We have 6 minutes till it's 10.
Yes. I'm gonna take a nap. Someone carry me on the way down the stairs.
Don't worry, I'll drag you.
Yeah, Tessa, carry me.
Just cradle him in your arms as he sleeps.
I'm gonna flop
Oh
on
no, I
top.
was just gonna drag you by the feet.
That's fine. I can sleep anywhere, dude. You just cast sleep on myself.
Yeah, just your head as you're going down, just boom, 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 boom.
You're just
You know, I'm just gonna leave my character sheet.
Animate them statues again so I can lay back.
Right?
keep casting it every minute.
Yeah, I only got so many spell slots. When's our next milestone?
We're almost there.
I can taste it.
You guys are in the lost city itself, the home of the ancient gods.
I want it. I need it. And then I need another level up after that so I can get my level 7 spell slot.
It's gonna be a while till you get wish.
I know. Oh, when's Wish? That's 8,
Level
isn't
9.
it? Oh, 9.
It's a 9th level spell.
I don't want Wish.
Bullshit.
I just want all the spells that
Lead
come
him to it?
up to, yeah. I want to experiment with all the shit that I get to play with.
Oh, you get a lot.
Because every time we take a rest, my spell list will change.
Yep. You can change it if you want.
Yep. And I usually do. There's like 3 or 4 of them that I keep. For the, like most of my cantrips don't change, but anything 3rd level and higher will change.
Yeah, for me it's a little different. I have to learn spells as I go along because I'm not a wizard. I can just take spells from the wizard spell list.
Basically, you can have a tome that if you buy the right ink and the right paper, you can transcribe the spells into that tome.
Right.
But it consumes the scroll when you do.
Or if I had somebody transcribe a
Teach you.
spell in there.
Only you can transcribe your spells.
Well, I mean, they would have to teach me the spell.
Did you turn cameras off?
No, not
So-
yet.
Okay.
I haven't gotten up yet.
Gotcha. I just didn't know you needed to do that, so I was like, what?
Yeah, I'll get it turned off. And then the Wi-Fi's back up.